Save those rolls, Bad Rongo.
Too late. All right, we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to another D&D session stream here at RSG as we continue our 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons Wildemount Campaign, brought to you by Dodge Ram Pickups, because when I'm playing Swaggle, nobody gets dodges more than I do. So, Dodge Ram Pickup, if you're out there, why don't you sponsor our ass?
Or rammed?
Finn, roll a D100 for me, please.
I mean, why specifically the Dodge Ram?
Finn, roll a D100 for me, or I'm going to do it.
48.
Yeah, your character suddenly disappears to the nine hells. I think he went to Stygia. It's not a good place to be. So yeah.
Oh, that demon that he summoned when he touched that thing.
These aren't demons. The nine hells is where all the devils are, and they are, when they say hell on earth, each one is its own little hell on earth. Finn's just got some beachfront property on one of the swamps. Let's see.
Yay!
Huzzah! But there's no Krispy Kreme.
Fresh view of a lava pool.
But here's the thing: there are no Krispy Kreme donuts in the nine hells. So
Balin is fine with that.
Finn's not.
Finn's not.
Hello, everybody in chat. I'm your Dungeon Master and host, Ranger J1999, welcoming you to another fun edition of Dungeons and Dragons. It's going to be over 11 hours when I get done streaming probably today. I've been streaming quite a lot, so if my voice starts to go a little bit, then you know why. But nonetheless, we persevere, we fight through, we get through the. I will give someone a legendary magical item if you kill Finn's character in the game tonight.
Just saying. Finn has Krispy Kreme.
I'm throwing it out there. Anybody on the team that kills
like how legendary are we talking?
I'm talking Sword of Cain or shit.
Or like Dwarven Thrower?
No, I'm not going to
roll initiative, Finn.
Yeah. The nonsense has begun, but that's why
I was already asked once to kill you. Come on.
I know.
Finn, but Balin's just like, whatever, yeah, sure.
Who the hell is Finn, and why does he need Krispy Kreme?
Balin, look over there.
What is this witchcraft you speak of?
Pay no attention to this.
Is this one of Blint's creations?
What's your AC, Finn?
Over 9,000.
My AC? Probably not much better than Balin. I'm going to guess 11.
What?
Even Gara's getting in on it.
We're double teaming him.
I know, right?
She's a paladin. She's a new paladin. She needs whatever she can get right now, so she'll kill Finn.
I'm waiting to see what Critty's going to roll.
Critty's like,
if Critty's trying to kill you, then you're dead.
Yeah, you're really tough. Whispers in your ear sweet nothings before she slowly sticks in the dagger.
All right. I guess Finn would have been equipped with Krispy Kreme.
Yeah. You only put it in Discord. What is it? The island lime?
It is. It's island. Hold on, I gotta show you this.
I've already seen it, man. Yeah, I don't need to see it again. Yeah.
It's an island donut. It's like this is like green screening out because it's like a green palm tree.
Oh, that's you nasty.
That's a sexy donut.
You're nasty.
It is.
You're very nasty. You're eating trees. All right. Any news? No. Let me think. We had a great Jedi Academy earlier for all you Swaggle fans. Fantastic GAC that got ruined at the last moment by a crash. Unfortunately, the Rumble the Jungle was living up to its name between Thane and Loki, and we got hosed by another crash from Capital Gains. And then I let Thane, vent his frustration by easily he could have just one shot everything on my board. It was nothing, and I let him go a little bananas, and he effed me, and I lost. So, but Thane felt better about himself as a person, and that's all that matters. So those were a lot of fun. So if you want to go check those out, you can. Next weekend there will be no D&D, and the weekend after that will be no D&D, because next weekend is Memorial Day weekend. A lot of people are going to be gone, and the weekend after that, well, it's ladies' night, and that's a little bit more important. We have all the lovely ladies at gaming on. I enjoy it thoroughly. We get drunk, have fun, play games, give out cash prizes. And yeah, so it's a lot of fun. So you can check that out 2 weekends from now, and the next weekend. Enjoy your weekend, Memorial Day weekend. It's a fun time to hang out with family and take advantage now that we're finally starting to get through this COVID nonsense. So Oh, Critty, I just saw that in chat. So next week is also the Bounty Hunters charity stream. If anyone's looking for a place to hang out, yeah, skewers, show your love to the Bounty Hunters. I was with the lovely Critty and Geek Girl last weekend. We were talking some X-Men. It was a lot of fun. I am a huge X-Men dork, as was made apparent by my incessant talking on that stream. So, although I did go through like 20-something questions. Jesus Christ, a lot of questions. Goodness gracious. But nonetheless, Finn, anything else I need to announce or anything? Ladies' Night, then July 10th and 11th, we will have the 5-year celebration of RSG streaming. It's ridiculous. I cannot believe that's happening. I don't think we have any other big news or announcements. Anything on the board, Finn? Other than
Nope.
other than donuts,
Nope.
pineapplers.
That's pretty much it.
No pineapplers. Okay.
No,
With that,
there was. There's a pina colada donut, so there's kind of
well,
pineapple.
that's not the same. All right. Let's let the character. Let's. I do. Okay. Does it mean you need to sing it again?
Krispy Kreme.
No. See, that's just wrong.
Why?
Don't make me reinstitute the bounty again there on you, Finn.
I feel like eating donuts at midnight on the beach by yourself. You're the Finn that I've looked for.
Oh, God. All right. Jesus Christ. All right, let's go around, let everybody introduce the characters. We'll start the stream, and then we'll do a recap and get this show started. Starting off with, he'd be a pirate that's not a pirate. Johnny Moe, introduce your character. Arr.
I played as Reed Tealeaf, a halfling rogue assassin.
Not a pirate. Arr.
Oh.
Next to her, definitely not a pirate, we've got the lovely Christy.
I'm Critty. I play a half-elf bard.
Yes, indeed. And the dogs are agreeing with your assessment. Looking like a pirate, we've got Corinth.
Hello, I play Hadlin, your dwarven eldritch knight.
That's right. Next to him that doesn't look like anything related to a pirate, maybe a cabin boy, we've got Bad Rongo. Gotcha. And someday he hopes to become a cabin man.
Togar Lestinix, I came to clear your pipes. These pipes are clean.
Yeah. Next up, we've got the first mate, about as size you'll ever get, is Finn.
I played Balin Nightbleeder, and I want nothing to do with Togar's pipes.
Yeah, that's what you said last stream. Definitely the captain of the ship. We've got the lovely Gara.
Hello, I am. That's the wrong accent.
Yeah.
Wow.
I should have.
She not became Paladin, she became British.
It's strange. I've got some
She's no
British
longer the
accents.
leader of the party, but the evil mastermind now.
Mm.
'Cause that's what all British.
Hey, if she'd
accents
gone
are, right?
40s gangster, I would have just left. I would have been like, nope. Yeah, say. I'm sure, say. Nah.
So paladins are required to be British.
Apparently.
I guess. All right, do introduce your character again there, please, Gara.
Ashira and Asimar half-elf paladin.
Yes, correct. And last but not least, we've got Mr. Belvedere himself, the I don't know, what does he look like? Kind of looks like, what's his name from Evil Dead?
Oh, the best friend?
Yeah. I don't know names. But
He
anyway,
was also in Hot Fuzz.
we've got Grim the Mechanic.
Simon Pegg's best friend and everything. That guy.
Yeah.
Nick Frost.
Yes.
The guy who
I'm so-
looks like him knows his name.
Yeah.
Only we know Grim's his stunt double.
I'm sorry, Sean. Really, I'm sorry.
I'm sure it's son. There's be zombies out there. All right.
Haven't you seen Shaun of the Dead? Every
I
time he
have,
says
when you
sorry,
just
Sean, is when
introduced-
he's like gassed him out.
All right. So anyway, Grim the Mechanic, introduce your character, please.
Well, I'm playing Drumzal, the party's orc cleric.
There you go. All right. With that being said, I think everything's locked and loaded. Drinks have been acquired. Donuts are being shoved in someone's face, and snacks that are healthy for the rest of us are being consumed. Glad to have everybody in there real quick. We'll start shout out everybody. Bad Rongo, who's not on here? Oh, Freeman AK Mr. Kitty says fun full day. Absolutely, buddy. And the lovely Ouchie Dumplings. She heard there was donuts and she couldn't resist herself. Not here for the D&D. Here for the donuts. All right, with that, we are going to, this is a quick note. When we get into this stream, we start role-playing, doing Dungeons and Dragons after the intro. We'll look at chat, but don't expect much interaction, but you're more than welcome to interact with yourselves and say things and have fun. That's the whole purpose. We do have stream alerts turned off, for this. We will get some new, stream elements, stream alerts for, the overlay so you guys can play funny little bits, or if you sub or anything like that, or you can use your emotes for like dice rolls, things of that nature, if they go 1 or something like that. That's Finn's job. He has one job to make that happen, damn it. So that being said, let's start the stream. Here we go. And we're back. Finn, we need to get a new intro, please, for the love of God. Or I'm going to start doing the D&D Beyond intro where I just sit there and sing the damn song. So, we've got some updated stuff we got to put on there, damn it. All right, so when we last left our band of merry adventurers, they had gone on a pilgrimage to Vasselheim for Drom, Ashira, and Balin, who had been sent there on their pilgrimage to become priests of the Raven Queen. It was a life and death journey and a spiritual journey that they had to do from the where they landed to all the way to Vasselheim. Many things happened along the way. There was some interaction between some of the characters. Critty and Hadlin got on the same page, literally, as they were able to decipher the book that Hadlin's been carrying and have unlocked a new mystery. But while all that was happening, Reed started doing some research on a Caleb Widowglass. Got some information while he was there as well. But the main story was that our 3 characters went through the actual trial of becoming priests and priestesses for the Raven Queen. The choices were made, roles were done, and in the end, both Drom and Balin became chosen priests of the Lady of Winter. And are now full priests in their capacity. However, Ashira's story went differently. She was presumed dead. Unbeknownst to the other characters, Shira had made a different choice. She had chosen not to follow the path of the Raven Queen and was set upon a new path, a path that she had forgotten about as a small child, and after being revealed many things, has now become a paladin, a champion of Corlon, the High King of the Elves, the greater deity himself. There was much sadness and loss with the party, but little did they know the next day as they were grieving, who should show up as Shira. Much rejoicing was had, and then Ashira started crying and being depressed all of a sudden with everything that's happened, but showed up as no longer a warlock to the Raven Queen, but a holy paladin of Corlon. And new armor, new look, new sword, new everything. So Ashira is dealing with that. The party's dealing with the fact that that Paul is bringing delicious num-nums to Christy. I saw those yum-yums.
I
Um,
approve.
yeah, I do too. Is that pizza? What is that? Pizza? Lucky God.
Yeah, we always get pizza on Saturday nights.
Yeah, it's my cheat day, but I just had some red beans and rice. I was like, that's what I really want. I don't know why
What
I
kind of
want.
pizza?
Let's do it to you, Critty.
Ham and mushroom.
Nice.
From
Marco's Pizza, which is a local chain of restaurants in the Midwest. We both grew up eating it, and now it's down here in Texas.
Everything's in Texas, dang nabbit. All right. So it is the night's rest was had. Ashira had another interaction with Coraline to answer some of her questions. Her first interaction was cut brief because it was literally a life and death choice that she was making that he had to interlude in. So he had a few days of having to recover from that. She did interact. She had a dream where she interacted with the greater deity of the elves, the king of the elves, and basically told her that, you know what, your path is your own to make. Just be good, fight evil, do it however the hell you want. Or he told her, get married, have a bunch of kids, whatever you want to do, I'll still love you. So that's where we left off. It's the next morning. You guys are in Vasselheim. You come down for a nice breakfast full of vitamins and minerals. What does the party do? And I'm going to get some music started because, well, why the hell not? There we go. Nice, relaxing, copyright-free fantasy music. They better not F me on this. I've been F'd enough today. All right. So the party's down at breakfast. What are you guys doing? What are you guys saying? What is happening with this band of merry adventurers?
I'll sit at our normal table, back to the wall, and consume a couple of pounds of bacon.
Plenty of bacon. I mean, you've paid enough gold that every time the shopkeep, this owner of this inn, aka pub inn, sees you, he's like, "Oh, the bacon, right there, little master gnome."
Halfling, thank you.
Halfling. Why do I always keep saying gnome? I don't know why.
These things happen.
No, that's the DM being a potato head.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Drom and I talked to the temple, and they can send us back to Zadash when we're ready. Are we ready to go? I want to get out of here. Like now.
Finish your food.
I'd rather eat there.
Can I have something to drink first?
yeah, what do you want? You just ask Reaver, or he'll get it for you.
I would like some booze, please.
Right. He says, "What would you have, miss?"
What do you have?
Well, I've got wine. I've got ale. What would you prefer?
I suppose some wine.
All right. He brings you some. He's like, "Would you like some human or elven wine?"
Whichever you recommend.
I actually recommend the elven stuff. It's quite good. And he comes over.
Is it made with real elves?
He gives you a strange look, like you're retarded, and moves on. He comes back with your wine. Anybody else want anything to drink?
Elven
I
ale.
would like a wine as well.
All right. Same choices. The drinks are provided. You guys get whatever drinks you want. And food is brought out. Tons of bacon and eggs and stuff like that. A good breakfast meal for you guys.
I want to slide over to Ashira and be like, "Are you okay, hon?"
How do you react to that, Ashira? Badronga, who has been fearful of you now, is moving up and calling you hun.
Well, I am very angry. I am very upset, and I'm not very good at forgiving, so I'm going to drink this so that I can forget.
Breakups are hard. Cheers to that.
Indeed, Bard.
That's it. I'm just checking to see how she's doing. Breakups are hard. I'm a bard. I write about these things.
Yes, you do.
So, Ashira, the source of your anger, is it the cause of or the result of your, well, let's say, recent metamorphosis?
Both.
Who is it exactly that you're not happy with?
The gods. I am very cranky. I'm sure it will go away, but maybe for a while I just drink until it
No,
stops.
doesn't go away.
Ranger.
Yes.
Have you been angry?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I rarely stop drinking and smoking. Worked for me.
Is that because you're angry or?
I mean,
It's because
Well,
he's
sure.
a bloody dwarf. That's why. They always drink.
yeah, I'm kind of always angry too.
I'd be worried if he wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
I'm going to snap for the tavern keeper and ask for just a small little dropper of the dwarven spirits.
The smallest I can do for you would be a shot glass.
I'll take a shot glass of the dwarven spirits.
He just shakes his head like, not this again, and then goes and grabs it, and then you pay him, and he gives you a shot glass full of dwarven spirits.
I don't drink it. I'm just going to dip my finger in and transfer a couple little drops into my wine.
Sure.
Just so you know, bring it up a notch.
Okay.
Turn over to Ashira and just kind of like offer my pinky in a shot glass. Do you
I
want a
kick
little
the
more
table
kick
when
in
he
that
does
elven
that.
wine? Oh. Oh God, what's happening?
Can we
Jesus.
like, move Togar's attention somewhere else so somebody can pour the shot glass into his wine?
Make a.
I'm joking. No, I'm
Oh.
not going to do that. I'm tempted to. It
But
would be
then
awesome
we
if
would have to
somebody did, but
carry
I'm not going
him.
to.
We'd have to carry him to the
Well, he's-
transition.
Maybe it is a dash.
Yeah, but I mean, Togar is offering you a pinky full of dwarven spirits to throw in your wine.
Johnny, mission
Yeah, I
accepted.
suppose it'll make it quicker. We'll be here all day if I have to drink.
All right, both you drink and make Constitution saving throws for me.
But it was just a little.
Even with a pinky amount?
Just make Constitution saving
It's like
throws.
7 a.m.
Nope.
Wow.
Oh
Damn
God.
it!
Oh,
Really,
Lord.
Togar? Is that your saving throw, Ashira?
That
That was just a regular con.
It's the same. Well, no,
It might, I don't know if it's the same or not.
I think,
Sure, you feel a little buzzed, but nothing.
Wait, don't I get a +1? So shouldn't I at least have something?
Well, no.
Not with that.
Togar, you
No.
feel vomitous.
Can I
And you feel like you're
on
going
the halfling? Is he in range?
He's not in range. You're going to either puke on his shirt or you're going to puke on the floor.
All right, let's go for the floor.
All right, you threw up all over the floor. It's just you haven't eaten really anything. You just started drinking on an empty stomach. So all that comes out is a liquid form of all the booze you just drank. It's a horrible sight, and you feel absolutely like garbage. You are considered exhausted for the rest of the day, unless you take an hour, you get a long rest.
Okay.
Ranger, I'm gonna draw a card. I
Sure.
drew the
Waiting
card.
for that.
Yeah, what'd you
I was
get?
Waiting for that.
Okay, you drew a card. What'd you get?
It's the revenge card. Kind of
Interesting.
ironic.
Interesting.
That's creepy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's creepy.
That's
My
kind of
ca- my-
creepy.
My card.
How do you
was
want me
that
to tell you what that means?
I had to fight something.
You can, if do you want to just message me? I don't. However you want, whatever's easier.
Okay, I'll just give you one word. Okay, first I have to find Finn in Discord. That's the first task.
Mm-hmm.
and then send him your GG page. Oh, wait a second.
And then bug him.
There you go.
Fetty.
Is the best.
Fetty.
Yeah, it's just whatever impressions I get from getting that card. But yeah.
All right. Secrets.
Yeah. Kind of what I was suspecting. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what you interpret.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys all draw a card. Finn or Bedlin shows you it's revenge and doesn't say anything else.
I don't really show everyone.
Okay, he doesn't show you a damn thing.
No, if they see it, they see it, but I'm not like showing it. I'm usually near Hadlin though, so Hadlin probably sees it.
Yeah, I've been interested in it lately, and I'm actually going to start recording which cards are on which.
Make a
days.
perception check just to see if you are actually paying attention.
Okay. Of course not.
Damn it! I was going to
really,
tell you
really
what was
good.
on the
Like,
card. besides
Whenever
that.
you want to RP, the dice just say no.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Okay,
I've
I was
been
gonna
like
tell-
actually recording and making sure to follow
Okay.
and wake up.
You
with
think the card is cool?
Okay, so you only
But-
focus on the word revenge.
Yeah.
on it, and
He
that's
doesn't
pretty
even
much
see
it.
that. He doesn't see a damn thing. He just knows that
Oh.
the card looks cool.
Yeah, and
Shira,
then
you
eggs and
you are
bacon.
kind of distracted by the vomitous nature of the person next to you. Good start to the day for the entire.
I'm not even going to bother with the perception roll because I don't see crap.
You just see the. It's
Well,
like,
actually, technically,
you see the
you do.
the dwarven. I'm sorry. The innkeeper comes over and just shaking his head. He already had like the bucket and everything ready to clean up, and he gets it cleaned up pretty quickly, and just looks at you, Togar, with this sadness and disgust. Togar, you have a massive migraine.
All right. Well, since some of us have had our fill and others have emptied, Balin, you were saying something about the temple might be able to transport us back.
Grim and I talked to them last night. They are able to take us back.
It was grim.
Drom.
I thought so.
Good call out, Finn. Give a +1 reroll.
All right. So, I mean, is there anything else anyone wants to do? Stranger
I just
to
want to get the
strange
hell
land at
out of
all?
here.
Well, normally I'm in a lot of agreement with you. So far, your home continent, it kind of sucks. But, you know, I don't think any of us have ever been here before other than you. I don't know, you sightseeing or whatever.
You've done some pretty good sightseeing while you've had a few days here, Reed.
Well, I mean, I did, but I don't know about the rest of you.
You sure you don't
I thought it
want-
was pretty nice. I
you
mean,
don't want to go
those
where
inns
you
back there were
grew up?
amazing.
About that, now that you're a full priest, now do you have a vow of celibacy?
Well, let me see here. No.
Ah, that's grand. That's some priesthood there. So, all right.
Ranger,
Go.
Yes.
I don't know how I would do this, so just a general thought for my character.
Sure.
He wants to kind of reach out to the Raven Queen and see if there is any value to him going back to his home city.
Do D100.
Okay. 55.
No response.
Okay.
All signs point to maybe.
No, maybe nothing. Nothing.
No, then I'm getting ready to leave.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Anything? Last call.
Well, I'll just make sure I get a bit more bacon to go.
Oh yeah, Reaver hooks you up, man. You got
Nice.
a lot of good pocket bacon you wrap up. He's actually got it wrapped up in a little napkin for you.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for your kind patronage and welcome. Come back in anytime.
Oh, yeah, if we're ever in the area again.
Of course, little master. All right, and
Tried to be a nice guy and do a little bit of role playing and freaking I'm already at a 1 roll on a Constitution saving throw.
well, you're the one that
Well,
decided to
it's-
drink dwarven spirits. Even the smallest of that stuff is potent.
Well, I mean, at least you got the one out of the way right at the beginning of the session.
Eventually, even a drop will make you throw up.
Yeah, it's potent stuff, man. I'm telling you. When they say dwarven
Good for two things:
dwarven
decreasing engines
constitution,
and killing brain cells.
yeah, dwarven spirits are meant for dwarves. Other races struggle to drink it.
Adeline, before we go, is there anything that I should do to do my training?
Oh yeah, sword training, dude. What do you want? What do you want him to do today?
Anything that would help from
Oh.
Vasselheim?
How about congratulations, you're upgraded, and I hand him my great sword.
Make a strength check to see if you can hold this behemoth of a sword that's the size of you, there, Braun. Balin, I mean.
Okay. Just a regular. And you're handing it to me, right?
He's handing it right to you.
Okay.
You guys are standing up, getting ready to go, and he goes, "Here, hold this."
Don't grab the pointy end.
I'm sure that's understood.
10.
It drops completely to the ground, and you can't even lift it up. It thing weighs like you're used to rocks and stuff, but the way it's more about the way this is the weight is distributed. It takes you a minute or two to kind of get both hands underneath it and kind of get your body underneath it just to hold the thing up. But you're thinking this is going to be quite a cumbersome weapon. You were thinking more of the bastard sword kind of variety, but this is
Long sword, yeah.
Yeah, the same thing. Bastard sword, long sword is the same thing. So you're like
We'll try that again at a future in the future.
Okay.
So I pick it back.
I don't mind learning it, but that is not my interest.
We'll work on your sword holding skills in the future.
I appreciate that, but it is specifically the longsword that I am trying to learn.
Yeah, it would definitely confuse your muscles at this time.
I guess if you want to use that toothpick.
All right. Do you have any suggestions there, Hadlin?
I think if we started with about a, half an hour at least each morning with some shadow, like mock attacks with the sword.
Okay.
I can hardly hear you.
Start out with some mock attacks from the sword, some shadow attacks.
There is a new sword that I acquired as a result of my training with the Raven Queen, and I pull out the new +2 longsword that I got.
Very impressive.
How should I train with this to be the best?
Around.
Nothing is gonna ever keep me down.
Yep.
I was like, down.
Montage with Balin. Try your best, giving all you test, and giving all you got.
Last fighting love.
You see Hadlin smoking his pipe. He's got like rocks on his back, making him climb uphill. All right.
How should I? What is the best way for me to train with this weapon?
Well, we'll just need to start out with some easy attacks that you're used to, and we'll go from there. We'll have to start from the base. I don't even know how you handle it yet, so we'll have to do a few exercises when we're outdoors.
Okay.
We're still looking at food. I'm kind of distracted.
Yeah. All right.
Why do I get the remember the Robin Hood Daffy Duck?
Mm-hmm.
The parry dodge.
Ho he ha 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 he.
Yeah.
Parry dodge spin.
I'm just thinking like he needs to do like shadow boxing with the sword basically, but I don't know how to say that in character, so I'm trying to do my best dwarven way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. It was fine. It's understood.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah, it's good.
I just wanted to show you the sword that we'd be practicing.
Yes,
like a typical man wants to show his sword. It's
of course.
All right.
Don't forget that his thing was always start with the base. So
pick up the balls.
You had to just take it, both of you, just to another level, right? So the double entendre.
That's super.
The double entendre has been ruined. All right, so you guys leave the inn. Everything's been settled up. You guys more than enough paid with all the extra gold you guys were throwing out previously. Togar, you find it difficult to walk, but you walk a little bit more gingerly than normal. Every sound kind of makes your head hurt a little bit more.
Can we give him a drop of the antidote to the dwarven spirits?
Yeah, you can.
I'll give him a drop of that.
All right. Just roll me a d20, Togar, and tell me what you get. Yeah, nothing happens. You just belch. Just a bleh, and then you feel a lot better.
sweet. Am I still exhausted?
Still exhausted, but the headache's gone and stuff like that. So you feel tired, but you don't feel gross. Like you don't feel like you died. All right.
Thank you, Reed. Didn't know you liked me that much.
I guess we get into a fight, you know.
All right. You guys pass through on your way to the Temple of the Raven Queen here at Vasselheim. Mission accomplished, spiritual quest done. You guys head back to Zadash and to the Temple of the Raven Queen. You guys make your way to the temple, and it's like they knew you were coming. One of the elf twins is there with her hood down, just kind of smiling at you, and just kind of ushers you in, guides you through this. Strangely, it's dark when you first come in, then it's like the path has changed since you last were in here. Very magical, and takes you to a place where you see that a teleportation circle has been constructed, and she bids you to jump on the teleportation circle.
Ranger, while they're doing this, I want to do an insight check on when they see Ashira.
Okay, go ahead.
Kind of curious what their reaction is to seeing. Total 20.
Yeah, I mean, she's kind of amused, if anything.
Okay, are they like surprised to see her at all?
No.
Yeah.
It's hard.
No?
They don't give one way or the other. The only thing you get is she's just kind of has a slight little smirk on her face, like oh, isn't that interesting kind of thing.
Okay.
But no negative feelings.
Okay.
Yeah, not from her.
Okay, but I also don't get the sense that they kind of know exactly what happened, or does it seem like they know what happened?
You had a conversation with her previously. She has some semblance of what's happened, but she doesn't really seem, other than amused, kind of interested. Okay. You don't get a sense of any animosity or negative feelings toward Ashira in any sort of way.
Okay.
Just a very bemused, kind of like inquisitive, like you get a sense that she would love to ask Ashira about 9,000 questions, but is being professional and cordial as one of the head priestess of this temple.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else before you guys step into the teleportation circle?
Do I see the one that's been on and off again, the old lady that greeted us here?
Make a perception check.
17.
You do not. But again, you're kind of limited on your scope of vision. You don't go by or anything, and you're going down these hallways that seem to be magically changing, which makes it seem like this is an extra dimensional space inside here more than anything that you kind of get. So you keep your eye out looking for her. It wouldn't be hard to spot her, you think, but yeah, you don't see her along the way.
All right, fair enough.
You don't see the old lady. All right, you guys get to the teleportation circle. Anybody else before you are magically whisked away to Zadash? It is still early in the morning.
Where am I carrying my longsword?
You carry that. It's a normal sword. You've got it's an elven blade, so it's got a chain that's hooked into your belt. You can wear it to where the end pokes out, so where like when you're walking, it's at a 45-degree angle, and then when you stop, let's say you have to bow or something, you can just hook it, and then it sits, exactly on the line of your leg.
So like a normal sword.
Yeah. I mean, the sword itself is exquisite, and it's got a beautiful scabbard, very Art Nouveau design with the blade.
But I carry it in a normal way.
Yes, you do carry it in a normal way.
Okay, and it has a chain like a wallet chain?
It's it can be leather, but it's got an extra chain hookup. So the way it folds naturally, but when you want to walk, it just, like when you're not, you just want it by your side so it doesn't swing about. You hook the chain to your belt and clicks onto a piece of metal that is there, and it keeps it perpendicular to your leg so you don't have it swinging around and stuff. Now in battle, you don't want that. You want it to where it's at your side. You keep your left hand on it, and then you draw it, so that's how those blades kind of work.
Okay. All right. Just checking. Not the like wallet.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anybody else? And you guys step into the teleportation circle. The priestess begins to do her Dwemer and use her hands and cite the incantation. Then you guys get that strange sensation of where you feel like your body's kind of being pulled in another direction. You get that jolting sensation of being whisked away, and then you Vam, you're right there in Zadash. You're in the teleportation circle of the Raven Queen Temple here in Zadash. You see one of the
What a rush.
younger priests bows to you all, especially to you, and sees you, Balin and Drom, and gives you a greeting like, well met. And then he kind of looks puzzling at you, Ashira, like he can't figure out who you are. You look familiar, but he doesn't really know who you are. But he's like, welcome back. He looks confused, but he's like, look, go ahead. And he knows who you are, and so you guys are good to go into the main temple. You guys make your way up to the top. You can see that it is actually, at this part of the world, it is closer to evening time.
Oh, good. We're just in time for dinner.
You are in time for dinner. Good call. You can see that the afternoon rituals have been done, and you guys are on your way to bigger and better things. You guys want to go get some grub? You just had breakfast and about only 30, 45 minutes ago. So,
breakfast and dinner are two of my favorite 7 meals a day.
God damn, I knew you were going to say that shit. You son of a bitch. All right, what are you guys doing? Tell me what's the plan, gang. Come on.
Well, looks like we're going to second breakfast.
I mean, unless you guys think you have to go check in, or...
I'm going to look at Drom.
Oh.
Maybe we should let her know that we are back.
I'm sure she already knows.
I'm going to look around to see if she's anywhere in sight.
You don't see anybody.
Okay. I guess she would have waited for us if it was important.
And all of a sudden, Balloon went British.
No, I am still Norwegian. I'm trying to get it to be more like I was like a few weeks ago. When my accent was suddenly a lot better.
Okay.
Probably.
Should we go get some drinks?
Yeah, probably is a good idea for us to go make some lodging somewhere, since it is evening before most of the places close.
You have lodging here. If you don't feel comfortable staying here, you can go make other arrangements, Howlin.
I will admit it has been kind of fun. I will buy a round of Dwarven Spirits for everyone.
Well, you ain't gonna do that here at the Temple of the Raven.
Not here. Let's go out. Who's in?
Wow.
Yeah, we haven't actually celebrated you guys, graduate and stuff. Now we can maybe look at it that way.
And Ashira is back.
I can rally to take a Shira out on the town for the night. I think she needs a little unwinding.
Let's do that. Ashira, are you up for that?
I'm in.
The Dash Pub Crawl. Who's in?
Oh, all right. I'll go along with you.
Let me polish my loot.
I'm snacking on a slice of bacon. I'm taking that.
I've been saying the Temple of the Raven Queen. There's actually a name of this, and I don't know why I never said it. It's the Raven's Den is the actual name of the temple church here in Zadash. So if you guys,
that just sounds like a nightclub.
Put your hands together for the Lady of Night herself.
Oh my god.
Make sure to tip your
All
waitresses.
Let us go. Party time with Ashira.
Party time, commiserate. It's all the same.
Okay.
Do we know where to go?
I'm just heading out of the temple and finding the first bar along the way. I don't even care if it's like the ones we've always gone to. Just
How about we ask the Raven Queen people, where's the one place you wouldn't want to be caught in public?
This is a bad idea. Let's just leave before you get yourself in trouble again.
You do know that one place you guys
They
could
grew up
go
here.
is the Song and Supper Inn.
But we've been there before. I'm looking for
It was
like
good
hole
though.
in the
Let's
wall.
go there.
Okay.
Oh,
we'll
you're
go
looking for
there.
a hole in the wall. Okay, let me look here.
To stick.
We can go to the Song and Supper since we know it has that. We'll go there.
The Raven's Nest.
There's the Lodge of the Eclipse as well.
Yeah, we've typically gone to the Leaky Tap. So
There's the Leaky Tap too.
Let's start at whatever's closest.
Which one's closer? Song and Supper or Leaky Tap?
The Leaky Tap would be closer.
Let's go to the Leaky Tap. Does that work?
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. To the
Are
Leaky
you
Tap.
coming with Reed?
So you head to
Yeah.
these are, and then the outer steads. Closer, it's not in the slums, but this part of the town extends through the city slums beyond to the border outside of the main wall. So this is where you kind of know where the Leaky Tap is. You do know that the owner of the Leaky Tap is, of course, Claudia Sheed. She's an elven woman, owner of the Leaky Tap. So yeah, there you go. But you walk in, it's bright and early evening here on the beginning of late spring, early summer. Actually, it's starting to get into more early summer. And you see that it's a lively tavern, good music, good fun, everything's happening. It's a nice place to hang out.
Bard Rongo finds us a table.
All right. It's a packed
Did you just say Bard Rongo?
I said Bard Rongo.
Bard Rongo. That Bard Rongo.
And then he seats Togar at the table and says, would your party like to join you? And Togar says, why, show him.
Toga's already drunk. This is going to be fun. Around the dwarven spirits for this table, please.
All right.
Maybe we should not start with that. We want to actually drink for a night.
It is more fun this way.
No, it's not.
You actually see it's a busy night, but you actually see the woman that comes up to you is none other than Claudia herself. She's, you've seen her before. She's an elven woman who looks like she would be in her years, like early 40s. Hard to tell with elves. Older elf, very very posed and stoic. She always says you've seen her before. She's wearing a simple apron and has her hair pulled back and tied to a small haphazard bun, like she always is. She's like, well, the intrepid adventurers will come back alive. What is tonight's mood? It looks joyous. What can I get you?
We are celebrating my glorious Ashira and her new allegiance to Koloron.
She looks at you. She's like, indeed. She kind of looks at you with a beam of proudness and joy when she sees you.
We'd like bottles of elven wine for the table and chickens if you have them, please.
Chickens and wine it shall be. Anybody
Can I have
else?
a lemonade, please?
She looks at you.
I'm the designated bard.
I understand. I know this group, and I'm very proud that you are doing the responsible thing. You can have all the lemonade you want free in the house there, young.
Thank you. I'm going to make sure everybody gets home safely.
Okay.
If you've got a pot of tea for me as well.
I'm on top of it, Mr. Tea Leaf.
And in exactly 30 minutes, can you bring around the dwarven spirits for everyone?
She kind of smiles at that. Oh, really? Dwarven spirits.
30 minutes. Give us time to drink the other stuff first.
The
dwarf gave us permission.
She kind of winks
can't
at you,
take it.
Balin, and
I can't take it.
she just kind of gives you a smirk of like, oh, this is going to be great, and then just walks off. But she brings you drinks. Everyone gets their tea and their lemonade, and she brings you actually a pitcher of lemonade, Critty. And about 15 minutes after that, it's a busy place, but chicken is brought out for everybody, and you guys can cut and give whatever piece you want and stuff. She brings out 2 chickens with some potatoes. Potatoes.
No, it's potatoes.
Mash them, grind them, put them in a stew. So good drinks are had. A merry time is had by all. You eat lots of chicken and taters and drink your drinks, and everyone's having a good time. And about as on cue, she comes out and brings a bottle of dwarven spirits. Who's paying for this, by the way? Right now, you guys are about
Me.
4.5, 5 gold.
I'm paying for
Okay,
this
so
one.
mark it off 5 gold.
5 gold. Okay.
And then she puts everything out in front of you, including the bottle of Dwarven Spirits. It's a cheaper bottle of Dwarven Spirits, which kind of gives you a little worried look there, Balin, because it's got a skull and crossbones with 2 axes on it. She's like, this is the good stuff. And then she actually pours each of you a shot.
Oh, no.
Okay, before I drink, I want to take a look.
Equivalent of fireball.
Pretty much. I want to take a
Jaeger
look around
bombs.
the bar to see if anyone is kind of eyeing our table.
Make a perception check. No! You are too interested in the Dwarven Spirits in front of you.
Okay, perfect. Just the way I wanted it. Okay. I lift up the glass.
Wait, is there a stage?
There is a stage. There's a band playing right now. They're Togar.
Can I grab my dwarven spirits and go onto the stage?
Okay, so you go up to the stage with your dwarven spirits. You guys see Togar just take his dwarven spirits. Where Balin can make a toast, he just walks over. The band's kind of
This
looking.
is going to be a lot better. I'm not even going to pretend.
Yeah. What do you do? The band is actually finishing the song, and they see
I just
you
want to
walking
get the
up.
attention of one of the band members and let them know I have a big announcement.
Yeah, a halfling woman kind of who's been playing looks like a banjo accordion kind of instrument, looks down and he's like, "Oh, dearie, what can I do for you?"
I was hoping I could join you guys for a song. In my mind, Ranger, I'm thinking kind of like the prom at Back to the Future.
Which version, Earth Angel or Johnny Be Good?
The second.
All right.
They were just playing Earth Angel.
Yeah, no, they're actually playing a little bit more of a jig, more upbeat.
But that's what I mean. That dynamic is how I'm picturing.
Well,
it.
okay, you saw the dwarven spirit in her. She's like, dearie, are you going to get a drink first? Or are you going to be, what are you doing?
I'm going to make a small announcement about my friend's newfound freedom from a bad relationship.
All right, will you play with us afterwards?
If I survive.
She kind of gives you the nod, like, oh no, one of these kind of people. Okay, she's like, all right, get up there and make your speech. And she's like, hold on, everybody. What is your name, sir, kind sir?
Olgar Lestinix, Draken Blood of Draconia.
That guy here would like to make a announcement and a toast to his friends over there, Mr. Torgar. Go ahead and make your speech there, buddy.
My party has been on a long journey.
Make a performance. Hold on. Make a performance check first, there, Togar.
Oh, am I going to be that guy at the wedding?
Make a performance.
You
check.
already are.
Wow. Okay, go ahead and make your speech.
Impressive. You are a
Finally.
true bard, sir. A true bard.
Make it
And
as
I just
flowery,
want everyone to look over.
Yeah, make it
at
flowery
our
as full of
beautiful-
shit as you want.
Our beautiful elven, half elven? I don't remember. Elven lady, protector, Asmar, paladin of Corlan Leviathan.
You hear some.
Huzzah for everyone.
You hear some. Yay! And then you hear some.
Then I do want to stay up and play with this.
Did you say anything else? Did you say anything else?
Hadlin
I'm just
bangs his mug on his
Yeah,
table.
yeah.
Exactly.
There you go.
Does everybody take a drink, a big drink for a share?
All right, everybody, do a shot and roll me Constitution saving throws, please.
I'll slide my shot over to Hadlin.
Make a sleight of
All right.
hand check if you don't want anybody to see this.
No, I don't mind if they see.
All right, you just give it over to Hadlin. Like, yeah, I'm not having this.
I got an 18, Ranger.
I saw.
12.
Uh-oh.
This was the kind of day I wanted.
Nice. Okay.
Do we happen to get inspired with Badrongo's speech there?
No, it's full. He's just being a knucklehead.
Okay.
I like how the first thing that came to Ranger's mind
no.
was, nah, he's totally full of shit.
Yeah.
Ashira looks like she was inspired. Check out that saving throw.
I know. Who else is taking the shot? Hadlin,
Drum
you
remembers where
you
this
get
ends, and he
advantage.
actually is
Hadlin,
go drink it.
yeah, Hadlin,
Okay.
you actually have advantage on this because you're a dwarf. Thank God you had advantage.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, you
Still,
got
that one
out.
gives him an 8.
Yeah, but I mean, it ate that one, so that's good.
Okay.
And anyone that's within 5 foot of Ashira, don't forget, they get +4 to their saving. So
That's true. She.
Oh,
puts-
really?
Oh,
Yes.
so I'm at 16 then.
Yeah.
Oh, you think that would actually matter for Drum? Drum's not gonna drink. He remembers.
That might have saved me though, from a 12 to a 16. So
Mhm. Anybody else doing a shot of dwarven spirits? Crady, are you doing a shot of dwarven spirits? Nope, she sticks with her lemonade. Reed sticks with his lemonade. Who else didn't roll?
T. Reed has
T. That's right. He has T. Who
He can mix it and create like his
I
own.
didn't roll because Drum's not good at drinking.
Oh, you're not going to
Arnold
drink it
Palmer
either.
equivalent.
No.
All right, so you guys do your
It's
shots.
just sitting right in front of him. That's-
And it's-
Your Dristy Orden. That's what it's going to be called. It's your Drist. Lemonade
Did
and
y'all-
iced tea replaces the Arnold Palmer.
Did you guys see yesterday that short cinematic they did for
Oh, it's
Drist?
amazing.
Jesus Christ, it was so
Mhm.
good.
The
And
best part is that whole song was written by the creator of Driz.
I know, and then to have
Mhm.
Benedict Cumberbatch do the. Oh God, I exploded in my jeans. All right, my favorite character, one of my favorite characters ever.
Can't wait for the next Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's gonna be good too. All right, so everybody, it's weird. Like Balin, it's weird. No one else really noticed it. You just do your dwarven spirits. It's like, but you know, you guys take it in stride. Balin, you feel like that first initial shot going down, like you go, uh-oh. But it's weird. Being near Shira, this kind of like strange lights emanating from her or presence kind of bolsters you up a little bit. You don't know why, but you just feel like it gets you through the initial heartburn. You feel like you're about to be sick, and then it just wears off, and you feel like, all right, I got this. All right. You can't explain it, but
You grew a new chest hair.
that's right. Now he has 7. Strategically placed for your pleasure. All right. So, make another performance check, Togar. As you play with the band, you guys start clapping along as Togar gets to playing a good jig. And he does a pretty good job. He gets in the band and starts playing an upbeat music. Does anybody wants to dance and be merry? And what's the drinking? What's happening? We're having a good time. We're celebrating all these characters getting their stripes, as they would say.
I'm going to take another shot.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
All right. The whole bottle of Dwarven spirits is left there, so you guys can pour your own shots.
I'm gonna chuckle to myself and pull out a book.
Okay. Yeah, great. Just enjoying the atmosphere. It's a fun atmosphere, but you're just like, you know what? I'll just enjoy the noise and the music and, you know, and read a good book.
The dwarf is trying to pretend like he doesn't want to dance.
Okay.
The dwarf can dance if he wants to.
Yeah, usually he screws this up really bad.
And leave
so it
its
should be
friends
funny.
behind.
I'm going to lift this one up.
Okay.
This one is for Drom, a new official priest of the Raven Queen. For Drom, and then
And you can hear a couple people behind you going, "For Drum! Who the fuck is Drum?"
and then I will take the shot. I don't know if anyone else is, but I am.
All right. So Bedlin does toast. Is anybody drinking with him? I mean, you don't have to toast the Dwarven spirits, but you can make a toast with your tea or your lemonade or wine.
Yeah.
I drink with them, but I do not make toast.
Yeah, you just kind of just lift your glass a little bit, like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll drink ale, but not dwarf.
Okay. All right.
I'll eat another stick of bacon every time they do a shot.
Yeah, you're munching away, man. You got the munchies. The chicken wasn't enough. You got munchie power right now. All right, make a
bacon,
Constitution saving throw there, Balloon. At 4.
16.
Yeah. So yeah,
20 total.
You're on fire again. So you make your toast and people cheer and it's a good night. And anybody else?
I will do a cheers to Balin.
Oh, go for it. Make your speech.
I will say to Balin, congratulations on passing your trials on the priesthood of the Raven Queen. Huzzah!
Huzzah! I hear people. Huzzah! The fuck is Balin?
All right, I'll do another one then.
I'll do
Well,
it
we
with
picked the
him.
right
All
color.
right. So you guys do your Constitution.
Natural one!
Oh no!
Yes! I was hoping for one of those. I want to pass out.
you
We
get
had
It's
this
one
the
perfect
Indiana
time.
Jones where he's like, oh,
You get one of those things from Balin where it's like, as I say, it says, I just want to say, it just collapses. I mean, literally just collapses into a chair in a strange angle, and it's completely knocked the fuck out. I mean, he is gone. I mean, he's. You think he might have died? He's shallow breathing.
I'm so happy.
I performed last rites for him.
Yeah.
Do you think his neck should be at that angle? Maybe we should move his head.
That's the dwarven spirits. He'll live through it.
Yeah, he's gonna have a nice little crink in his neck here if he doesn't move.
I
soon.
hope.
All right. So, who's sitting next to Hadelin?
I am.
Okay, Reed, you are, and who else?
I would be on the other side.
Oh, you're unconscious. All right.
Yeah.
Reed, make a perception check.
13.
That's not hard to see. You kind of see Hallin's tapping his foot and under the table clapping his hands a little bit to the music and stuff.
I'll nudge him my elbows and go ahead, go dance.
What? No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Bollocks, you're fine. You want to get out there anyway. Go on.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'll just drink my beer.
I'll go and
Do
I'll
I
slide his
hear
beer away
this
from him.
conversation?
Go do it.
Make a persuasion check if you want to, Reed.
$18.
Make a charisma saving throw if you're going to fight it there, Hadlin. No!
Oh,
You,
least persuasive and charisma.
If only it was a positive one instead of a
my
negative
poor
one.
charisma.
you think it's a good
That
idea.
was an 18 on the die, too.
I know.
Now we get to go see Hadlin bust a move.
Well, you kind of move Balin around a little bit, and you're like, yeah, I am going to go out there and dance. And you get out there and make a performance check. Let's see how you do out there shaking
God,
that
I'm
ass.
so hoping this is
Oh,
Butters
as
and
he
the tap
gets up,
championship.
I tap him on the shoulder and give him guidance.
All right, you can give guidance. Yeah.
Yeah. Something.
All right.
You should be inspired by
I
Togar.
want to see
I was
this.
about to inspire, but
You can still inspire.
Only one
Yeah.
one
You can still
inspire.
inspire him.
Only one inspire.
yeah.
Come on, Butters. Tap dance like you've never tapped
Yeah,
danced
you
before.
trying to touch my baby.
Oh god, if he -1, does the tap shoe go like flying into the rafters?
Oh no! Roll your
Yes.
what's your inspiration?
D4.
D4.
Gosh.
Oh, poor Adeline.
5.
5.
I'll put it this way, it's awful, but it doesn't matter because it's fun. People are actually clapping Hadlin, who's doing something that looks like interpretive dance. You're not sure if this is a dwarven thing, like he's doing the space pants dance, except he's in armor, and it just just moves, and then he stops, and then he starts shaking, and then he stops, and then he stomps his feet, and people are just laughing and clapping and cheering you on, Hadlin, even though they know this is awful dancing. They love it's so bad it's good. They absolutely love Hadlin out there on the dance floor, shaking that ass. Togar, you see that? You see Hadlin gets out there and he's dancing the jigs. Got a couple of ladies that are laughing and clapping along with him and running around in circles, having no idea what the hell he's doing. But he's giving it the old college try. What is Togar?
Sorry, I'm giving my dog meds.
All right, we'll come back to you. Thus
I
negating the
wonder,
possible.
do we see any dwarven ladies in the bar?
No, not at the moment, no.
Oh, darn.
Boy, they're
Well,
missing out.
anyone
Oh, no.
Hadlin's size, how about that?
No.
Well, shit.
Anyone double Hadlin size?
Hadlin is just
Yes, there's quite a few of them. You don't see anything, Balloon.
I know, I'm face first at the table.
You're having dreams of you and the Raven Queen and sunbathing in the frozen Arctic. All right. Anybody else? Well, this is turned into a cheery little festive get together. All right. Anybody else do anything or drink or anything else?
I'll take another shot of the dwarven ale.
Yeah, go ahead and go for it. You say anything, or you just take a shot?
I say to my comrades, and then I take a shot.
And add +4 because you get your own saving throw. It's amazing, paladins. Yeah, you have no problem taking it. You just take a shot. Anybody gonna take a shot with her?
I'll drink tea along with her.
All right, you drink some tea. As I pour myself some more bourbon. You guys got me
All
drinking.
the spirit drinkers are otherwise preoccupied. One is on stage, one is passed out, one is dancing.
Yeah, you're oblivious to your entire surroundings.
To be honest, I was kind of hoping you would have nat 20'd that freaking dance roll there.
I know, I kind of was too.
That way,
He basically,
everybody at the bar will be
Napoleon
like, oh,
dynamites the entire
Sorry,
thing.
Yeah, he's doing Napoleon Dynamite.
The pro subscription only covers one natural 20.
Right,
I would've
so,
had to done, like, the 1 year.
Technically, what he's doing right now is the Napoleon Dynamite dance. If he'd rolled a natural 20, it would have been the Michael Jackson Thriller dance.
Is
But
he wearing a vote for Togar shirt?
No. Text 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you want Hadelin.
I think that means that you're automatically banned from like most locations. Not banned, banned.
We forbaned you. All right. Anything else for the rest of the night? You guys drink it up. You have a good time. Balin, you
Yep.
again.
I have a very good night in my passed out stupor, but not gonna have a good morning. So,
No. So now, do you guys go back to the Raven Queen Temple? You guys are quite, except for Reed and Critty, Togar. I mean, you're buzzed pretty good, and I'm sure you've been drinking some ale while you're on stage. Everybody else that's been drinking wine and stuff, you guys are pretty inebriated as you guys head back. You've got a passed out balloon.
I got balloon over my shoulder.
Yeah, you just hear
It's
balloon.
not my night. It's Ashira's night. Ashira,
roll
what do you
me-
want to do, girl?
Roll me a D100 for me, please, Togar. You make 3 gold, 2 silver for your performance tonight. You did so well.
All right.
Which is part of your
Nice.
split for the band. They actually made more because they've been playing longer, but they give you a cut because you did a damn good job, and they were just laughing their ass off at that dwarf that was dancing from your party. They thought that was the coolest thing ever. Good times. So you guys start heading back. It's late it's like in the middle of the night in Sadash. There's hardly anybody out there. You guys are walking along. You see a guard or two that are kind of patrolling the streets, give you strange looks, but seeing that Critty and Reed are sober, they just, give them the shrug. They're like, they just trying to shake their heads and just give you the look like, move along, move
Is
along.
Hadelin still dancing in the streets?
I don't know, Howland, are you still shaking a jig?
No.
Oh, he stopped shaking a jig. He's,
Yeah.
he's kind of a
It's
little...
reserved. Dancing has its place and time.
Okay.
I'm thinking like a dwarven Mick Jagger.
I know,
And
that's what I was
David
thinking too. That's exactly the vision.
I'll
I
be
had
your
in my
David
head.
Bowie, and you can be my Mick Jagger.
Let's
Come on.
dance. Put on your dwarf shoes and dance the night away.
Yeah, I don't think I got quite that.
I don't know. I kept on picturing that. You remember Click, right, with Adam Sandler?
Yes.
With Terry Crews in the Ferrari,
Yes.
the Everyone's Watching song. That's Hadelin.
All right. You guys are
Critty,
humming
you want to
along.
walk in the front, and I'll take the back, and we'll sort of herd them together.
Yeah, you guys kind of keep...
Oh, we'll look like a parade. That'll be great.
They're all a little inebriated.
It's like a really awful version of Abbey Road.
I mean,
Yeah.
3 out of 4.
Yeah.
They're just so cute when they're like this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So all you guys, when you talk for right now, have slurred speech that I've been drinking. You are quite inebriated. Not like poor Balin, who can't even form copious words at the moment, but nonetheless, you are a little intoxicated.
Who put the hole in that bathing stone? I don't know why they would put the hole there, but there's a hole, and then my foot fell in it, and then I almost tripped and fell, and I don't understand why you would leave a hole there.
I'm going by the uncomfortable silence that you're just talking to yourself as you guys walk along. No one responded to that, so God. You guys make it back to the Raven Queen Temple, inebriated, night of celebration. You see that one archpriestess who sees you guys walk in through the main door here of the Raven Den and just kind of looks at you like, you. And she just kind of puts her hands on her hips, just shaking her head. She's staring daggers into you, Reed, and you, Christy, as she's like, puts her finger to her lips like to keep these knuckleheads silent.
I had lemonade.
She gives you a nod of approval for that.
Sarah, I had to deal with the hole, and I just passed out again.
She just kind of gives that look, her eye starts twitching.
I didn't have lemonade.
All right.
While we were dancing in the streets,
she gives
I
you,
made money.
just giving you dirty looks. All right, so you guys make it to your rooms. Drom, you take Balin to your room upstairs.
My room, right? I have my own.
Yeah, you have your own room, and get you situated. I guess he just throws you on the bed.
Pretty much.
Or I could just be like, I'll open his door and be like, oh.
There you go. That's exactly what I'm picturing. It's like, there you go.
As he then projectile vomits all over the place when you get back.
Start spinning in circles. Like, gonna go. Vomit propulsion in a circle.
Just another way we have weaponized dwarven spirits.
I know. At some point, it'll come back to haunt us.
You watch that final battle against Tiamat.
Everyone, take your dwarven spirits.
She smirks, and then all 5 dragon heads spit their fire. You take 270 damage each.
Damn it! The fire incinerated the
By then, I'll have evasion. I'll be fine.
Yeah. You only took 135 points of damage, and you still died.
Survived by 1.
She blows the fire as we are drinking the booze. The booze catches fire and pours down into
Actually,
us.
Tiamat would just eat you. She wouldn't even blow fire. She wouldn't waste your time with you, drunken idiot. She would just eat you. She's very gluttonous.
We would fill her up with our vomit.
Yeah, you guys would make nice little
From the inside.
It wouldn't really bother her. If you seen the shit she eats, like, goddamn, she's from
No.
kids, man. So she's nasty. All right, you guys settle in for a recovery. Your exhaustion's gone, Togar. I should have given you disadvantage on the performance, but since you did such a good job of doing that little speech, I didn't penalize you. The next morning, you all wake up. I mean, a little hungover. Nothing that a little bit of water and a good meal won't fix. Balin, you wake up inside your door path to your room in the most precarious position you have ever been on. Everything hurts. Your neck hurts. Your back hurts. Your shoulders, your hands asleep because however you got here, you fell on your shoulder in an awkward position. So you wake up with that awful feeling where like your hand fell asleep, and it's starting to get that blood flow going back in, and it is painful as hell, as it feels like a million needles are being poked into your hand. Mm-hmm. Which temporarily takes your mind off the incredible migraine you have at the moment, which is just your head just going wah, wah, wah.
I need some coffee.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start like sauntering down.
Yeah, every little noise hurts your head even more. I guess you guys all meet up for breakfast. It's mid-morning. Breakfast is still being served here in the kitchen commissary area of the temple. It's mostly empty by the time you guys wake up and get your ass down there. You're into each other, give good morning.
Good morning.
Do you say that to Balin?
Good morning.
Balin, every time someone says good morning to you, you feel like you're going to die. Balin looks like death at the moment.
All right. How'd you guys do this morning?
I'm great.
And he drums.
I know.
Louder than normal.
Yeah.
I noticed.
It feels like, just the pain is unbearable.
I need some coffee.
I pat him on the back and cast Lesser Restoration.
All right. So the headache goes away, but you still feel like ass. You have exhaustion for the rest of the day, Balin.
Okay.
Can't escape dwarven spirits with a natural one that easily.
Mm-hmm.
Bourbon. Delicious. Okay. You guys sit down for breakfast. You see Blint, who just catches you guys coming in. He's like, oh, he comes running over. My friends. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Congratulations, Balin and Dromzel, on becoming priests. And then he looks at you, Shara, and Shara. Wait, what? He just looks at you strange. His head kind of turns. You look different.
In the good way, or?
He actually is confused by that. He's like, well, you always look good.
I'm gonna look at him.
He's really pondering, like, what the hell's going on here?
I'm gonna do my best while exhausted, so I know it's with disadvantage, to try and intimidate him to basically compliment her at this point instead of acting.
Yeah, go ahead and with the disadvantage because you are exhausted.
Just complimented her.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, he's not. He's like, I know you're a priest now, Balin, but don't be a dick. No, you look good, Ashira. I'm assuming you're no longer on the path of the Raven Queen?
You would be correct, Flint.
Oh. Well, that's sad to hear, but you look good.
Thank you. I'm alive, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the crazy thing. There was rumors from out west that one of the participants had done something unheard of before in the trial of the Raven Queen. I didn't know it was you.
How the hell did rumors spread? It's been like one day, and it was on a different continent.
You guys have been gone for a couple weeks.
My head hurts.
I mean, Priest Balin, I mean, I'm sure you know this, but message can be sent even through the planes on updates. Magic.
I know.
He's like, don't worry. He kind of helps you to sit down, Balin. I've got the thing, just the cure that'll make you feel better and wake you right up.
Hey,
if
Jerry,
it is one of those peppers, I will punch you.
It is not a pepper, I promise. There's no pepper I will put on the sandwich itself.
Do you have some of those peppers that you gave last time?
Yeah.
Can you give them to me on the side?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so he comes over.
Like head falls right back on the table.
He comes over and he's like,
Adeline's expecting anything this man serves to be spicy, so he's prepared.
Yeah. He comes over with some sausages and some bread and some eggs and potatoes. It's like, I promise, the sausages are not spicy. And he's got a few of those peppers. They look red and dry, Balin. Like, those are my special peppers. I gave you a couple of my own stash.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll slit a couple of the sausages down the middle, fold them open so they sort of butterfly open.
Yeah.
A couple of slices of bread.
Sure.
Put the sausage on, bacon. Slice the potato rather thin. Layer that on top. Another piece of bread on top of that. Squish it down good. Cut it diagonal. Mm-hmm. I'll eat about 7 of them.
All right, take a bite and make a Constitution saving throw, Reed.
Oh, bloody hell, what it blink like this.
I'm sitting
next to a sheriff, so that should help.
Yeah, Adeline's not eating anything. He's just drinking his own wine or his own
9,
ale,
and then it's what, a +4 from a sheriff being near?
Yeah.
So it's a 13.
No, this hurts. It's not as bad as his other ones, but yeah, you're reaching for some water. It's like, ooh, yeah, you start sweating a little bit.
Oh, plenty boy, we got to have a talk.
You don't like the potatoes? I
don't think that I've ever seen potatoes that spicy. What's in the sausage?
Well, there's nothing in the sausage.
Well, there must be something in the sausage, otherwise there wouldn't be a sausage.
No, I'm trying a new recipe with potatoes.
What did you add to the potato?
Well, not my special peppers, but I went a couple down, so.
It's a potato.
Well, yeah, I cut the potatoes up, fried them, add the special seasoning, and then you can eat them.
What seasoning did you put on these?
Would you like some more?
God, no.
So it's my own special recipe full of special herbs and spices.
Are you part dragonborn?
I have no idea.
Might explain something.
Plant, are there 11 of those herbs and spices that you use?
If so, you may want to consider chicken.
I went.
Is he wearing a white suit with a black?
No, he's wearing black, and more black.
With a big black mustache.
He's like,
Like,
"Oh,
okay.
you've caught me out there, fried chicken, yeah."
Colonel Blint. There you go.
It's like, no, just a bit. It's 6, but do you think I should add 11, Lady Christie?
Well, maybe for the special version, like this can be your
Oh.
regular potato, but then
Oh.
you could have like an extra special, extra seasoned version
I like
for
your
the adventurous.
There's always
out
the
there.
option of a dipping sauce.
Oh,
I don't
Would
know.
they
Like,
be
I'm going to
crispy?
grab a hold
sauce.
of one of those sandwiches.
all right.
Try one.
Oh,
That's
see what
right.
he's
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
What you can do
Take a
is you
big
can
old
have this
bite of it.
special.
All right, make a
sauce.
Constitution saving throw. Their Drum. Yeah, it hurts.
Ooh, outstanding.
Yeah, you've never seen an orc sweat like this before. He's sweating. I mean, it initially burns, but it doesn't linger like the last time where you thought you literally were going to puke fire. It is spicy though. It does give you a little tingly sensation.
Ooh, that's a spicy meatball.
Hey.
So, Ranger, the 2 Blint peppers,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna wrap in a napkin and put in my backpack.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna proceed to take a bite of the sandwich.
Okay, take a bite of the sandwich.
Okay, so Constitution.
Yeah.
24.
With disadvantage because you're exhausted. You're still
No,
feeling.
exhaust is only ability check, not saving throws. Saving throws is 3rd level of exhaustion. I just checked to make sure.
I know, but this is my world. Let me think.
Okay.
This is my game, bitch.
These are very
15.
You know what? I'll be.
15
I'll be.
plus 4,
I'll,
so.
yeah, you're still good. I mean,
Yeah.
you actually, when you take a bite of this, Balin, you're like, it's spicy, but it's actually really good. It actually makes you feel better. You don't have any lingering effects from the hangover you had previously.
It cleared up your sinuses.
It sure did.
Thank you very much, Blint.
Yeah, that really helped you out there, Balin.
That actually did work out well.
Yeah. Anybody else braving the sandwich tasting?
I'll take another bite.
All right, John, take another bite. Oh yeah, you love it.
There we go.
You just start chomping it down. Blint's amazed. He thinks you're a god.
He just finished the whole plate, right?
There's
potatoes.
plenty of food. I mean,
Okay.
you can't. I mean, yeah.
And how
I'm just gonna
I mean,
grab some
it's
of the
spicy, but it's a
sausages.
nice spicy.
Now, you guys don't want to try the potatoes? You can get a nice meal in. Hadlin, yeah, you it's spicy, but you're like, damn, this is good. It's
See,
really
Hadlin,
good. It's got a
isn't that
kick to it,
amazing?
but you like it.
Wow, Blint,
It's
you
a bit
outdone
too
yourself.
spicy for me, but I think I could eat some.
It's a little watered down. No, it's really good. You really like it. It's got a kick, but to you it seems like it's got a delicious kick to it. It's not like
Is
last
anything
time.
spicy besides the potatoes, Blint? Because you know
No,
me,
no.
I can't eat the spicy.
No, you can just have the sausage and eggs and bread. And it'll be okay. Yeah, it's just the potatoes.
I'll stick to a potato-less breakfast sandwich.
All right, I understand.
I will
I'd like
continue
to
with the
try
potatoes.
Yeah, you guys are good. Those that passed you guys are good now. Ashira, what are you eating anything?
I wanted to try them.
Okay, Ashira, make a Constitution saving throw.
We are so masochistic in this.
Oh no, Ashira, you start coughing and it's pretty rough.
She gets a +4 for herself.
I
though, right?
know,
So
but
14.
she didn't make the
Okay.
save, so
Okay.
you're like, oh, you start sweating a lot. You're like, wow. But again, you've had Blint's other. This is nothing compared to what you've seen Blint serve you guys before. So this is it's pain, but it goes away pretty quickly, and you're just like, damn. You're like, your eyes water a little bit. You feel the sweat. You just take a napkin, kind of wipe your face, like, oh my god. But it doesn't linger. It hurts, but it doesn't linger. All right. So, the archpriestess will see you guys when you're ready. Just stop by any time, and I'll announce you and get you in to see her.
Does she want to see us?
She said yes, but just whenever you guys are ready.
Does she want to see all of us or just her priesty guys?
I don't know. She just said just to escort you guys up when you guys are ready.
Okay.
But there was no rush. She's in a good mood. And he kind of
maybe
he
just
kind of
you
looks
and
at
I
you guys pleadingly. Please don't put her in a bad mood, please. I'm having a good day. Last
Well,
time.
your potatoes made me better, so I will I will be better for that.
Thank you. Now you know that Blint is now an acolyte, so he's no longer the lower on the food. He's moved up to the level you guys were before, so he's moved up a little bit on the food chain, and he is now. You guys know because from last time you were here, he is the personal assistant to the archpriestess Natal.
I'll toss a few of the sauces to Renaud.
To who?
Renaud, the dog.
His dog.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the doggy. You got to remind me of that damn dog. He stays here. He doesn't go on adventures unless you tell me. Okay, Blink takes care of him. But he's come up. We'll say you had a wonderful greeting and you played and rolled around, and he just knocked you over and was licking your face, and he was happy to see all you guys. He rolled up to Critty and jumped up on his hind legs and licked her face, and Critty's like ah, and then yeah, he was happy to see all you guys. Yeah, he eats the sausages, and he just doesn't seem any effect on him. This is a tough dog.
I won't throw him any of the potatoes, just the sausage.
Just the sausage, yeah,
on.
he loves it. Yeah, he loves it.
Nope. Come on.
Some sort
Habanero
of burrito.
Tostitos. Habanero Tostitos. Habanero Tostitos. Yep. Mm-hmm.
These things are the most amazing chip on the planet. Holy crap, they're so good. All the talk about spicy food made me remember I had a bag of it, so I'm like, oh.
I just got heartburn looking at that.
Are they sponsoring us?
Not yet.
I wish.
The combo deal,
Sponsored
lemon
by-
Welch's fruit
By
snack.
Tostitos and fruit snacks.
Well,
And Krispy Kreme.
and Dodge Ram pickup trucks. There's nobody knows Dodge like RSG. All
Or
right.
ramming like Togar.
Well, nobody knows Dodge like Ranger J 1999.
Yeah, that's true. It's more of a specific.
Dodge!
Goddamn Dodge.
We need the Ram too. You can't forget.
No, we don't need the Ram. You go.
Yes,
ahead.
we do.
No, you can. That's your own thing, Finn. You.
No,
and
otherwise
Shinky-
it'll be sponsored by like the Dodge.
You
Ranger.
and
I am
Shinky
sorry,
and
I am
Rams.
not Relic 7ing my mace,
That's right.
so we don't need the Ram.
Yeah. Ram bam. Thank you, ma'am.
Uh,
All right. All right. So you guys have breakfast. The day is yours. What do you guys want to do? You have come. back
John,
to
maybe
Sadash.
just you and I should go see the Archpriestess.
I think Blint had said
Yeah,
she wants
this-
to see us all.
Should be interesting.
He wasn't really sure. I don't know what that means.
He said he wanted to see all of you guys, but he didn't know why she wanted to see her, and he didn't have any. He was kind of just a general come by when you get a chance, and then he would announce
Oh,
you.
okay.
Well, maybe we could do that, and then maybe Hadelin and I could go talk about that thing.
Yeah, about lunch. Yeah.
Yeah, lunch.
Is your eye okay? Your
Yeah.
eye
Make a deception check, Critty.
I know what
Do
they're.
you want?
dis-
Yeah. Do you want Hadelin to do that too?
Yes,
Ooh,
make a deception
yeah.
check, Helen. You guys gotta have to beat that. Critty is a good bullshit artist. Hadlin is good at bullshit as he is dancing.
But I know what they're talking about, right?
Yes, you do. But
Okay.
but Hadlin's trying to make it seem like you don't.
Yes, that's fine.
Critty, you actually was like, damn, that's badass. I actually believe her, even though I know what she's talking about. Hadlin, you're like, I feel sorry for him in this. I mean,
Madeline, you seem a little confused. Why don't you help decide where we're gonna go for lunch? I'm gonna.
You
confirm.
know,
I need
lunch
to-
is like 3 meals away, right?
I need to be quiet.
No, I'm gonna try and tell him to decide where to go for lunch. As like, so do I roll deception too?
Yeah.
24.
You guys want to?
Here you
Malin's
go, Johnny.
idea. There's a lot of spy shit going on here all of a sudden with the group.
The drum seems to understand something is afoot.
Yes, he is. He's inciting, and he knows what Critty and Hadlin are kind of. The winks around the group happen. It's kind of like that scene from Family Guy where they're doing the Boba Fett scene or the pit scene, like dun, dun,
God, it never
Done.
ends.
dun, dun, dun. You know, Critty's looking at Reed. Reed looks over at Hadlin. Hadlin looks at Togar. Togar looks at Ashira. Ashira looks back to Reed. Reed looks back at Balin. Balin looks at, and everybody's just doing the head nod. Okay.
For lunch, I definitely think seafood.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go pick out lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Adlin gets to
wait.
pick.
So what is lunch like a code word for going to the strip club or something?
No, you had an inside check higher. You know exactly what they're talking about.
It's what you have after 11.
Wait, he knows what
Yeah, it's not a secret about what these guys have been up to. You guys, it's been discussed.
it is. Has it? Okay.
Yeah, it absolutely has been.
I didn't think it had been discussed with me, Drum, and Ashira because they were discussing it while we were in the Raven.
I wasn't with them.
Yeah,
yeah,
but,
we weren't there. I talked to Hadlin like separately in order to figure it out.
I would say they were pretty open about the trip to where they were and talking about it and discussing it. So I would say that you guys would have some. Maybe you don't know what's on the pages, but you know exactly that they've been going to the Cobalt Soul for this book. Now you may not know what's on the book unless they want to share that, but yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
Let's go talk to the Archpriestess. We'll figure out lunch later.
All right.
All right.
You guys make your way upstairs into the office area of the kind of her quarters, in a sense. You see Blintz walking with you. He's like, okay, wait here, and I'll announce your arrival. He kind of bows to you guys, and then he opens the door and closes it, and then he's in there for about 2 minutes or so, and then he comes back out and he closes the door, and he's like, okay, she would like to see Balin, Dromzel, and Ashira first.
Okay.
All right. So he goes and he leads you guys in there, shuts the door. He kind of gives you guys a smile as he's escorting them in. Shuts the door, and you guys are kind of chilling outside in the reception area here. And
I'll pull my book back out.
Yeah, there you go. You got some good reading time. You three walk in. You see Natal. She's in very fine black dress with kind of her priestly vestments that you're used to seeing with the archpriest, being the golden beak, that rank that she is. I mean, it doesn't get much higher. There's only a few higher than her in the entire religion on Torel, or not Torel, Wildemount. God damn it. Too much Forgotten Realm shit in my head. She looks at all of you and, well, it seems that the mighty have returned. Some different than others. She kind of puts her hands behind her back, walks behind the desk. She comes up to you, Balin, and then she bows kind of with her head a little bit. She leans over and kisses you on the top of the forehead. Welcome, brother. And then she goes over.
Thank you very much, Archpriestess.
She goes over to you, Drum. She's smiling proudly. She's smiling at you very proudly, and then she leans over and kisses you on the head. It's like, well done, my son. Welcome to the Brotherhood.
You're on mute.
You're on mute. He's eating tater chips.
You said something, but we didn't hear.
Yeah, it was like
I bow. No, I had a mouthful of habanero chips.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, Drum blushes like, oh. Little does she know is he's still suffering from the sausages and taters. And then she looks over to you, and your story is quite intriguing, Lady Ashira of Coralon. I will not ask you what happened. Your journey was your own. But if you would do me the kindness one day to share your story, I would be most intrigued.
One day.
But not now. I understand. Now, Ashira, unfortunately, since you are no longer a follower of the Raven Queen as it stands, this will not apply to you. However, you two, being priests, I expect you to uphold the rights of the dead for all in this world. You represent the Raven Queen now. I expect you to handle and hold yourselves in the most accountable ways. And then she gets serious. Life and death is something that we deal with all the time. You must help those who pass away to reach the designated place through the efforts of us and to the Raven Queen. Are we understood?
Understood.
Understood.
This you have vowed. This is your oath. I hold you to it. And then she smiles at you again. All right. Congratulations to you two, Ashira. I would say congratulations. She kind of looks down. I'm quite impressed, young lady. No one's ever made it back from the trials alive before. Again, she just smiles at you kind of wickedly. I must know this tale. She's fascinated by you all of a sudden. She's like, all right. You hear her just touch something on her desk, and you hear Blint's voice. You don't know where. He's like, yes, Archpriestess. You may send in the rest. Blint's like, oh, yes, Archpriestess. And then he immediately, you see Blint on the outside with you first, like, all right, the Archpriestess is ready for the rest of you. If you follow me, I'll bring you inside. And he escorts you in. It's like, well, the mighty adventurers return. She looks at each of you kind of approvingly. Whatever happened in Vasselheim is your own story to tell. If you wish to share it with me, you're more than welcome. If not...
Well, first there was like this tavern and there were vampires and it was
She
really
puts up her hand.
scary.
That was being ironical, Critty. She just smiles at you like, I'm cutting you off before we would be here for an hour. Yeah, she already knows how you are. It's like, no, none of that.
That actually gets a chuckle from Draw.
No, none of that.
Like that.
No, stop right there. There'll be none of that. She's like, I will listen to you one day, Critty, but just today is not the day. We have urgent business to discuss. I'm very proud to see you all back here, but another task awaits all of you if you choose to accept this task. In the north, in the frozen lands, is a place called Pellbank Village. Not smaller town, but we've had reports from one of the priests that the mayor there, the community leader, Elro Aldatar, has asked for help for adventurers. Normally, help is just you can go through the local magistrate and stuff. However, this was done on kind of the down low channels of things as people are disappearing with no explanation of what's happening. I need you to find out what is happening there. If you choose to go.
I'd like to look at Hadelin and try to gauge his reaction to that. Do you want me to do like insight or anything?
I don't know, Hadelin, do you want to hide your reaction or do you give a reaction?
I'm interested, so I don't know if I need to hide. I don't think I would.
No, he's pretty easy to read. He's not trying to hold his feelings. He's interested in this.
Hey, Hadelin. Hadelin. Do we want to go there?
Yeah, people are in trouble.
Okay.
All right.
Is that near where you wanted to go?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh my god, I love Hadlin.
Oh yeah, Hadley's. That's
He's
awesome.
interested in what the priest is saying. Like, he's genuinely interested.
How many people have disappeared so far?
We don't have an exact count, but that is for you to find out when you get there and to ascertain.
Was the person counting, did he disappear too?
Elro is just saying that people are disappearing and they can't seem to figure it out. Looks like the local magistrate and people are having no luck. So a more divine approach perhaps has been requested.
What is the name of this place again?
The name is Pellbank Village. I will actually show you on a map. Let's get off the Vasselheim map and we can go back to the greater world. Let me pull it up here. I have to do it on both. No, stop that. That's not the map I wanted. Son of a bitch. All right.
Ouchie says, Ranger, roll a saving throw.
Okay, here's the
Trying to
map.
see if you can keep this on a down low.
I didn't really know what other turn. Give me a break. I've been streaming for 10 hours. My voice is actually starting to go. So I'll ping it on the map here for you once I find it. Where the hell did it go? Well, it should be here. Maybe it's not on this map. Hold on, I'll find it for you. There's so many goddamn maps.
Mm-hmm.
I could have sworn it was. Hold on.
The frozen
It's pretty far north.
It is. I gotta find it here.
Awful. Awful Bad Rongo. Just awful.
Bad Rongo is hilarious.
Awful.
Oh, that's funny.
It's the only way I'm going to be able to remember his name.
No, you're gonna call him Elton. You're not gonna remember his name.
How do you think we got Steward?
You're legit gonna call him Elton. Just...
Yes,
You are
we're going to
not
have
wrong.
Elton John.
Or Alton Brown.
Oh god.
Why won't
No,
this
I
pull
can't
up?
wait for
What
Elvis.
is his name again? How do you spell that?
There we go.
His name is Elro.
Here we go.
ELRO, but
All right, I got this up. Let me change the other one. Ooh, they're so much smaller on an OBS. Oh, that's
That's what
not-
she said.
Oh, that's what she told you guys. You guys need something. They make medication. All right. Okay, there we go. So here on the map, got it up for everybody else. You can see that it's well
I
north.
still see Vasselheim.
Same here.
There's no way I just changed it.
Let me refresh and see if it switches.
I'm looking at OBS. I've got the correct map. I changed on both.
You didn't drag our tab then.
Oh.
Did you drag our? Yeah, because we see where.
I know I dragged it. God damn it. Son of a bitch.
Drag my tab.
There we go.
There we
Drag
go.
my tab.
Is that the right one? Am I on? No, that's
Emerald
not,
Gold?
that's not the one I want. Here we go.
No.
There we go.
Okay.
I re-dragged and dragged again. All right. So yeah. You guys can see that this is where Pelbank Village is. And the very
We have no text on ours. I see the one that you're looking at has text. Ours does not.
I don't. That's not me, man. I'm telling you, I got text on both Roll20 screens. It's showing up in OBS.
It's
showing-
because you're admin. There's probably something on a GM layer. That's why.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, so you're pinging the hell out of it, though.
Yeah, I see where it is. It's just it's that little white circle
Yes.
just to the north part of the mountains. Okay.
Uh-huh. So that is where you guys have been asked to.
And that's part of the Grayling Mountains or the Wildlands, right? That's the
Oh
wildland
yes, Crystal Sands Tundra.
Okay.
Near the Uthadern is up there. Sinbaras, Sanctum, Cravrat. I mean, you can see everything. This is the Flotket Alps. Huge mountain range in the north. So yeah, this is where you must go.
Isn't like over here somewhere in like another adventure that we were on in this, like this
Nope.
was the place where you guys were telling us not to go?
Nope.
Okay, just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very familiar looking map. I swear somebody told me not to go there.
Uh-huh. All right. She pulls out a small bag and she hands it to who will be in charge of this expedition.
John, should you be?
Oh, I guess I'll go ahead and.
You see, you say that, John, then you see Creedy with her hand
Yeah.
raised.
Yeah.
Whenever we have to make a decision for whoever leads the party,
I'll grab the
Togar
bag.
just simply walks forward and another person volunteers.
Oh God, I would just look at Tolgar volunteering and laugh.
She just gives you the look like, not a chance in hell, Togar.
Well, look, Ashira normally had been the one calling the shots. Ashira, you still feeling up to it, or?
She kind of looks over you, Creedy. Do you think you have what it takes to lead a band of adventurers, Creedy?
Oh yeah, I can do it.
Make a persuasion check. She loves your enthusiasm, but she's like, I'm sorry, I don't think you're quite ready, Creedy. Although you've improved greatly. I think we need someone with a little bit more experience. And then she looks at you, Drom, and then she looks at you, Ashira. Collators then, and then she tossed the bag of coins to you, Drom.
Okay.
You see inside there is 200 platinum coins.
Whoa.
Payment all up front. You earned it, priest.
Impressive. Well, if no one has anything else planned, we can leave now.
Well, before we do, Hadeline, we wanted to look at something while we were here. I really think that we should just look real quick before we leave and maybe get some like warm clothes and some stock up on our supplies.
Nonsense. We can look on the way.
Yeah, like
I do think Critty is right that we should probably get some warm clothes.
I do agree on that.
You know, we're going to a place called the Frozen North.
The last place didn't have any merchants at all. In fact,
I'd like some extra socks.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You probably want more than that. We're heading into cold tundra mountains.
And we just got paid.
That is true.
All right.
Okay, then we'll leave in the morning.
All right. Well,
So
I leave it to your
shopping
good graces. Good luck. Figure out what this menace is in the north and come back safely. May the blessings of the Raven Queen be on all of you.
Thank you, High Priestess.
Time for a shopping montage.
You're the best around. And I'm gonna give you
We're gonna look so good in our snowsuits.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, you guys make your way into the main temple area. You guys go outside of the temple, the Raven's Den, as it's known here in Sadash. And where do you guys want to go first?
Okay, Hadeline, I keep trying to like get you over here. Come over here. I want to ask you something.
Oh, I didn't even know you were trying to talk to me. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Hadeline, you are a big potato head.
And
Love
it's
Atlas.
awesome.
A lot of times you might be offended by that. You just realize he's a dwarf. This is just the way it is.
With the charisma of -1.
That's right.
That is right.
Well played.
Subtlety is not something you think Hadeline excels at.
Yeah, like Hadlin's the only person there. Oh, you were talking to me. Okay.
Okay, Hadeline.
Yeah, you
When
know.
we were researching the thing, you were talking, and we have to go to the mountains in the north, and we're going to the mountains in the north for this next adventure. Don't you think we should do the research before we leave?
I just got so concerned about people in trouble, I kind of forgot.
Yeah, but I mean, we've got
Maybe
a
that's
day.
why you're here, though. Okay, yeah.
We can do a little bit of research, grab some supplies, and then just in case we get any clues, we'll already be there.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I dropped my beer apparently.
And it's a metal can. Where there's no metal cans in Zadash or in this world, period.
I think that is called the Dwarven Party Foul.
No, yeah.
What? That would be he dropped his flask, maybe, or a stein.
All right, shopping montage. Live to win and fight. All right, so where do you guys want to go? I'll start with you, Hadeline and Critty. What is your main focus that you want to try to get done today? It's early in the morning. You guys have the day.
I'm going to take Hadeline to the library.
All right, you know where this is the dash. It's a Cobalt Soul. Hadeline, since you rolled so shitty, you have no way to stop this.
I do want to go shopping though, Critty.
You will.
Do we see her lead Hadlin off?
He just grabs him. Yeah, grabs him by the hand. Hadeline Hadeline's strength is ridiculous, but he seems to be a little kid that's just like, no, Mom, I don't want to go.
Rom's gonna stand there and be like, and watch both of them all.
I'm not gonna help you guys next time.
We'll go get some supplies too, because I want some extra socks, but
Is there anything you want us to pick up for you?
Yeah, they
Hadley?
asked that before you start getting really good and far away. Then you kind of stop creating. And they're like, "Do you want to get you something?"
Oh yeah, why don't you just have an armor suit me full suit of plate mail while I'm not there?
Plate mail suit while you're not there. Got it.
I'd like some extra warm clothes, like extra blankets and extra socks.
Hadlin knows that's impossible, by the way.
Oh, that's gonna be funny. Hadlin's gonna get back and he's gonna put the plate mail on. It's gonna be like he's trying to fit into skinny jeans.
I know.
Reed is about the same size as Hadlin. Byron.
No, he's gonna.
Alan would have gotten it fitted.
Yeah, it's gonna be actually.
It'll be fitted for me. It'll be fine.
He's like, he's gonna be like Gimli in Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. It's a little snug around the waist. All right. So you guys give them their shopping list, and then you guys are going.
Is there anything else from Hadlin besides the full plate mail and the size that he's not there?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll wait and figure that out on my own when I am there. I want to make sure I know the smith, and I want to get a good feel for him.
Okay.
Okay. You guys, let's split up the group. The rest of you guys are going shopping for supplies. I mean, it's not too hard to find a clothes shop that has winter supplies. Actually, you get them at a 10% discount because it's late spring, so they have kind of like inventory left over. You kind of tell them where you're going, so they tell me you'll need at this time of year. It's actually a good time to go. The tundra melts, the elk, the caribou will be out there grazing on the lands. There's not going to be as much coldness at night. It'll get a little cold, but the temperature in the north will be reasonable balmy, 50, 60 degrees, what we know it here in the U.S. on typical average in the summertime. It's only summertime for like 2 months, so if you're going to go, this is a good time to do it. Now, if you go the further north you go, you'll still see some snow around, but probably the snow will be gone by the time you get there. However, in the mountains, it's a different story. So they said once you just get
remind Trom of home.
They give you the lady who gives you. She's like, have it. Wear it if you need it, but just keep it in your backpack in case you need to put it on. But you probably can wear normal clothes until you get around the mountains at this time of year. How good of a quality do you guys want this to be? Common, nice, or noble?
For me, common.
Common.
Okay, common's going to run you about 3 gold to get all the socks, underwear, long johns, extra blankets and stuff. Noble would be about 8 gold, and then, nice would be about 8 gold, better quality, and then 12 gold for some nice furs and stuff like that that are sewn into some of these capes and stuff. Again,
so when you say nice, common, noble, are you talking about actual warmth or just the appearance of the clothes?
Both. I mean, if you're going to look your best, darling, you might as well have the nicest stuff. Not only does it keep you warmer, but it looks fantastic. Who wants to die looking horrible?
Make sure you look fabulous.
See? The half-orc person gets it.
Well, I don't normally wear shoes.
You might want... well, gnomes are different. Shoes really for gnomes is... you're kind of like... It's just... You don't wear them, so...
Excuse me, our party is a halfling and a full orc, not a gnome and a half-orc.
Oh, I'm sorry. The half-orky thing and the small critter thing.
So how much was the bounty on Finn's character again?
It's that
the legendary item.
No,
right?
that passed. That bounty's gone. It's been rescinded. You had your chance.
I already hurt myself with a natural one.
He did, yeah. He's already.
I claimed the bounty on myself.
Yeah.
I tried to claim it on myself.
He collected it himself and got himself a 1 at a War Mage 3.
Yep. He didn't, but it's nice dreaming to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, if you guys think you're getting crazy stuff like that, you got another thing coming. Those days are over. I'll get you guys.
Just war.
Unless we get real good rolls on like a loot horde, yeah, we're not gonna get that type of stuff.
Never again. That goddamn hammer Reed had back in the day. I can't believe I gave into that. All right.
You gave it to me. I didn't even know what it was.
I know.
The Dwarven Thrower, yeah.
You're like, how do you want to be Thor? Sure.
You loved it. You loved it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I did.
You loved it.
I wish I had one now.
Finn got a Book of Vile Darkness. I gave him something nice, Book of Vile Darkness. So there. Everyone got something nice.
And then he touched the giant purple
Yeah.
I may or may not have tried to kill everyone with it.
That,
That's
yeah.
separate.
It didn't turn out
Just
well.
a
Started
separate-
as
That
habit of
usually
touching.
happens when people touch
All right,
giant
moving on.
purple phallic objects.
Okay, so how much money are you guys spending on these clothes? I mean, the common stuff will work fine. It's just not
3
as
gold
fancy.
for
I
me.
forked over.
Yeah,
the
just
three
a
gold.
common.
Okay.
So it's 3 gold each.
Yeah.
3 gold each.
Unless you
I
want
think one
unless
of
you
the
want to
things we should-
finagle.
Oh, finagle. Let me
All right,
see.
make a persuasion check. See if you can kind of get the price down on some of this stuff.
22. I've tried to get it for the group. Of whoever's
Okay. Yeah, she's like, well, you seem to be a priest of good quality tastes, darling. I'll go 2 gold less on each of these for each of you.
What if we go the nice for the price of the common?
You didn't make the request. This is on Balin.
So it's 1
And
gold
I'm
each. then
making
for
an
the common
additional-
stuff.
Yeah, the common should go
I'm-
gold and a couple silvers. the nice stuff goes down to 6 gold per person, and then the noble stuff goes down to 10.
All of a sudden, Batman showed up there for
Yeah,
a
I
second.
told you my voice was going. It's not the clothes you wear that defines you, but how quickly you kill Finn. I'm Batman.
Okay, that is.
It's not how much
That is
blood
good.
you drink, but the type of blood you drink. Kill Finn, Batman.
These aren't
Swear
the
to
clothes
me.
you want. These are the clothes you deserve.
Go Finn Batman.
I can do these things, like survive in the wilderness with my bad gadgets.
You know, Finn, we need to get Rangers some of the Lego Batman lines to
Oh,
say.
God.
Oh, from the Lego movie. That would be so awesome.
All right, what do you guys decided
yeah,
on clothes-wise?
I'm
I'll
just
go
getting
for
the
the common.
common.
All right, everybody, pay your gold. Take it off your inventory. You guys have common unless anybody wants something different.
I suppose we should also discuss how we're splitting up the payment on this.
That's 20 or 200.
It's 200 platinum, so
That's
if we do
2,000
what we had been-
gold. So you do the math.
So if we go with what we had originally planned, we split it up, all of us plus 1, put the plus 1 into the pot. That's 25 platinum each.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you each have 250 gold or 25 platinum, however you want to carry it in your personas.
So is everyone good with that?
I am fine with
Oh,
that.
we'll say you guys made
Maybe.
this. You guys had that conversation before everybody went shopping.
Yeah, as we were walking.
Yeah.
Okay, so adding 25 to the pot.
Yeah.
So who is
Yep,
taking?
and then-
I have
is
the
that?
pot. I have
Oh,
the.
Congratulations,
Who's-
you're carrying it. So I tossed the pouch to Blue.
So who's buying stuff for Critty and Hadlin? You guys said you would pick them up something.
Well, we'll get them the common stuff too.
Okay. Yeah, it's functional. It works. It's just good, brand new salvage. I mean, it's not salvage. It's good quality, just stuff. It's.
I'm imagining it's all like milsurp. We didn't get the fancy REI stuff.
No,
but we
no.
got
It's
the-
just it doesn't have any design. It's not intricately sewn together. It's just sturdy, good. Wear stuff because you got to get shit done, kind of stuff.
Mm.
It does have that new car smell though.
So we want to go to Pumat's now, or what?
May as well
Let's
see
go
what he
Puma.
has in.
And that was 1 gold to each of us?
1
Because
gold,
of
5
the-
silver.
1 gold, okay.
So each of you now who's getting Critty and Hallen some stuff? Is somebody going to?
I will.
Okay, so you do that.
I'll
Critty.
drop another 2 gold and 10
Well,
silver.
keep it. Just say that Critty and Hadlin.
They'll pay me back later, but I'll take it off mine for now.
Okay.
And then,
I'll have them. That's up to you, Bailey, to remind them.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys get that shopping done. You guys are going to Pumat's.
Mhm.
Mm.
All right. We'll do that.
Pumat's we go.
Well, we're going to take a break because my voice is going. So we're going to take a break here before we go to Pumat's and our intrepid Scooby and Shaggy, aka Critty and Hadlin, go.
It's like Scoop.
The mystery gang goes look, see if they get some more information about this place that they're going. All right. So we're going to take a break. We'll be about 11, 12 minutes. I got to take some medicine because I think I'm coming down with something.
Oh boy.
Yeah, as you know me, I can have 105 temperature. I'd be sitting there popping aspirin and just kicking ass. So, but I think that's why my voice is going too. Well, 10 hours of streaming too, so I need a break. So we'll have
Let's
an
do it.
11-minute break, and then we'll be back, and then we'll come back and finish tonight's adventure. So we'll see you soon.
Hey everyone, Finity from Reality Skewed Gamers here, and I wanted to take a minute to thank every one of our fan and viewers out there for showing your love and support for RSG. Now, how can you continue to show your love and support for RSG? Well, first off, a simple thing, head on to our Discord, a growing community of gamers, great place for you. So if you're not on our Discord already, !Discord in chat will give you the link to join our Discord. And if you want to show your support for RSG as well, Twitch provides a lot of different ways where you can do that. Now, not only can you donate bits, and there's also a link down below for our stream elements where you can donate directly, but of course, Twitch provides the options for giving us your subscriptions. Now, we always appreciate all of our fans for subscribing, and of course, those that use your Twitch Prime on our channel, because we know you only get one of those. So spending it on RSG is a big deal, and we always appreciate it. And if you want to help others also to experience the true nature of RSG, you can also gift a sub to anyone in the chat as well. And for those of you that are Twitch Prime members, if you've given it to us before, we would always appreciate to get it again, but Twitch Prime does require you to do it each month. So if you haven't renewed your Twitch Prime already, whether you give it to RSG or another content creator, make sure you use that Twitch Prime, because that is a handy resource to help all content creators. RSG would not be here if it was not for all of the support from our viewers, and we hope to continue growing our channel and our charity efforts with your help. So for that, I, Infinity with Reality Skewed Gamers, want to thank everyone out there, and of course, show you our love. So what I wanted to go over with you guys today is some of the artwork that you see in our D&D streams. You may have seen some of the artwork here done by the awesome Silverbolt from the community, and he has drawn all of the characters for this D&D campaign. But you really just see them in our little zoom windows, which is a little bit small, so I wanted to show these in full size so you could see some of the intricate details that he did put together. So, this character is the one that you may recognize as being played by Jaisa BM, and this is Alunath. She is a half-elf ranger, and you can see a lot of the details here with the use of her longbow, the sword that is kind of on her side there, and of course, the awesome little headband that Jaisa also wears on the stream as she plays her character. Next up is Ashira. Ashira is played by Gera Aurelios, and she is a warlock that is an Aasimar. Now, if you're not familiar with Aasimars, Aasimars are a really cool race in general. They are basically effectively Fallens of Celestials, so they have some really cool tricks. So hopefully we'll see whether or not Gera uses this and shows them to the members of the party. But she is a warlock, and this is a really cool, you can see that one of the key things about this, which was really cool because it was just the general concept, she has a crowbar on her back. Now, this was a really fun thing in the character development, and Gera really wanted to make sure that the crowbar was there, and Silverbolt did a great job of including it. The next one we have is Balin. That is my character. He is a human sorcerer. Now, he has some special abilities, and you guys will hopefully be able to see some of those as we progress, but you notice something very specific about this. You may not realize it, so I'm going to point out some of the little details here that are very easy to miss. One of them is that his left hand is the one that is glowing with the energy. Keep that in mind as you see my character doing certain things, but it is relevant, and Silverbolt did a great job of capturing it. The other part is that the tips of his hair up top are green, except for a ponytail that you can see coming off the right side of his head, which is black. Now, there is some significance for that. At some point, you may or may not find out about it. We'll see when the characters get into that part of the history, but there are some really intricate details that Silverbolt did include. The next one is Dromzel. Now, Dromzel is a orc cleric played by Grim, and you can see a lot of cool things about here. Of course, the metal armor, the great sword, and of course, the fire in his hand. Now, he is a cleric, but he does have some magic abilities, including things like Sacred Flame and other spells that can be cast by a cleric. So Grim is going to be there. You can see him as the massive orc. So make sure you watch for this character as well. The next one is Hadalin. Hadalin is our pipe-smoking dwarf fighter. He's a sword and board dwarf. You see it now with the axe, with the shield. You would have seen it in the combat here that we just had, and this is Corinth's character. Now, Hadalin is kind of that cantankerous dwarf. He is not the most charismatic of folks, but he is there with the party trying to help them survive and effectively babysitting us, as you kind of have seen. The next one is Reed. Speaking of babysitting, he is the closest equivalent looking to a baby. I know it came up in the second episode about how his height is about the same as a child. Reed is a halfling rogue. He is our stealth expert here. He is our rogue, which if you guys are familiar with rogues, they are the skill monkeys, and this is played by Johnny Moe. Now, the skill monkey is one that has a whole bunch of skills, and we will see all of the abilities that Reed has throughout this campaign. And then last but not least, our over-the-top dragonborn bard, Togar, played by Bad Rongo, or as some people in the community like to call him, Bard Rongo. He is a flute-playing dragonborn. You'll notice some little things about him. His appearance is that of a dragonborn, but there's certain features that make him a little bit smaller looking, and that is because his history makes him the runt of the dragonborn litter, so to speak. And Silverbolt did a great job of capturing some of these details. So these are some of the drawings that you guys can see in greater picture now. Thanks a lot to Silverbolt for drawing these. I hope you guys kind of like seeing this artwork up close and you enjoy it. We're getting ready for the second half here, but here's one more announcement before we kick it off. As we get ready to start again, I wanted to thank all of our viewers out there, especially the new ones, for of course watching the RSG channel. Now, for those of you that are new here, RSG is a very professional gaming channel, and we are here to provide you quality content. And so I wanted to give you a little bit of a rundown of everything that RSG covers regularly. So from Mondays to Fridays during the 12 o'clock Eastern Time hour, we have on YouTube a live stream that we call the RSG Lunch Hour. Now, this is there to get you through the doldrums of the day, largely covers Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes as our primary game, but we talk about anything and everything for you. Now, on Mondays, we do have Marbles Monday. Now, Marbles is a fun, interactive Twitch game that if you are not familiar with, is really, really fun. And the way we do it at RSG is always a little bit different than the normal play. So please come out on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and join us for Marbles on Stream. On Tuesday nights, we have our Don't Starve Together Tuesdays. And it's just what it sounds like, Don't Starve Together on Tuesday nights. And that's what we do at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with a great group of friends from the community. On Wednesday nights on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is our longest running Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes live stream, which covers the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes game. It is the longest running live stream in the galaxy for the game. So if you guys are interested in that or just want to check out what the game is about, make sure to head to that on our YouTube channel. On Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have coverage of State of Survival, another mobile app game. And so if you guys are interested in fighting zombies and surviving the apocalypse, make sure you check that out on YouTube. At 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturdays, we have Jedi Academy. Jedi Academy is a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes based stream. It's a pure question and answer stream done and hosted by RSG with a great group of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content creators there to answer questions for the community for about 2 hours. So if you want to have your questions answered about this mobile game, head to our channel on YouTube on 10 a.m. Eastern Time and make sure that you are there to get your questions answered. On Twitch at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have our D&D campaign right here. You guys are watching that now, and we really appreciate it and hope you guys are enjoying it, and we will continue to do this at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then on Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, we have our Star Wars Dungeons & Dragons campaign. That's right, 2 Dungeons & Dragons campaign, our regular, normal D&D 5e on Saturdays, and Star Wars on YouTube. So make sure you check that out as well. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch, we have our Sunday Night Gaming. Now, this is where we will rotate different games and just have fun with a group from the RSG community, and of course with you guys in chat. Some will be interactive, some will just be fun, some will be ridiculous. But even beyond all of these, from a Monday to Sunday schedule, we will have random streams throughout the week, both on YouTube and on Twitch. So make sure that while you guys are here on Twitch, you hit that follow button so you can get notified whenever we go live. And with that, we're about to get started here with our Dungeons & Dragons stream. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little break, taken some time off, and get ready for the second half of the campaign. And on that note, I am Infinity with Reality Skewed Gamers. Thank you guys for watching and hope you enjoy the second half.
Yes. Welcome back. All right, so we have our intrepid shoppers and researchers out doing things. We're gonna go back to Critty and Hadlin. You guys make yourself over to the Cobalt Soul Library. You've been here before. They know who you are. You walk in. They get you a desk. This one they do not have helpers. This is something you have to do on your own. So if you want to research something, you guys are gonna have to do a check to find it. Hadlin, you know how this is.
But we haven't researched the book here before, actually.
No. So
I'm a very skilled researcher. I know my way around libraries.
That's right. Who's going to make the check? You guys both going to make a check? What are you checking for? And then is someone going to assist one of the other people? And be specific. What are you trying to find, first of all? What are you guys looking for in this Cobalt Soul library?
The first thing I want to look about is the geography of the mountains to the north.
Okay. That's easy enough to find. I'm not going to have you make a check on that. You find a book on that pretty easily.
Okay.
That's not hard to find. Okay. And then when we get to that part of it, ask me what you want to know about that part, and I'll tell you.
Get what?
When we get to when you look in the map, if there's a specific town or region, whatever you want to know, ask me your question about that. But we'll get to that book in a second. What else are you trying to research? That one's easy to find. I'm not going to have you roll for that. Scooby-Doo gang, what are you guys researching besides that?
Okay, now I'm going to research lost dwarven cities.
All right, make...
And I'll just be assistant on this one. I'll assist.
Yeah, Hadlin just kind of... I mean, you kind of... So this is the way it works. Hadlin, you know where everything is generally, so you lead Critty to that area, but you're helping Critty find the specific thing you're looking for, so you will be assisting her. Make a perception and or history check, whichever one's higher, to see if you can find what you're looking for there, Critty. Okay, what were you looking for specifically?
I am looking for historical records that will tell me what lost cities there, like what cities have been lost, where they might be.
Okay. All right. And anything else? You can look up one more thing, so make it count.
Maybe anything specific about the mountains.
She's got a book of geography on that one, so that kind of covers the basic geography.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what Hadlin would be concerned about, is traveling through the mountains.
Anything else? You have one more search that you can try to get some information from.
Maybe language. Need to help us translate. We need more language.
That's a book on the ancient dwarven
runes that we are trying to translate.
Okay, make a either history or perception check, whichever's higher.
Ugh.
Yeah, that one you kind of get frustrated, Critty, because you just
Natural
cannot.
one.
Yeah, I mean, you get there, and I mean, it's a very nice selection, but you go through books and books and books of dwarf, and you get frustrated because you're not seeing it, and so you kind of give up because you at least got 2 books. You can find something. All right, let's go to the geography. What specifically of the geography of this area that you're going to are you trying to look up?
I want to be able to find like paths through the mountains where there might be settlements where someone could be. If that's a good way to, I can get more detailed than that, but
okay.
I want to be like, I want to know where someone could be if they're in these mountains.
All right, so so this is what you're going to see just from this book. The area that you're going to is the Green Wilds, and these lie north of Jurhas and the Dwindling Empire in Wildemount. As you read, is a lawless realm harboring a curse that has kept it unconquered by human hands. The Wildlands, and you're going to have to write all this down because I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to say this more than once, all right? So I'll go slow for you, Critty. And Helen, you should be taking notes too, sorry.
I am.
The Wildlands is bordered by the south by the Dunrock Mountains. One of the main thoroughfares into and out of the Wildlands goes through the ravine at the Quanah Breach, Quannah Breach, which opens up into a widening valley. There's a large forest called the Sevalier Wood that begins about halfway through Shady Creek Run. Excuse me. Towards the north of the Green Wilds is a large mountain range called the Flotket Alps. All right, none of that's important. The Green Wilds is bordered by 2 seas, the Frigid Depths and the Emerald Gulch. The Crystal Sands Tundra is an area of white dunes located in the northwest of the Green Wildlands. Places of note is Skagden. Not much is known about it. Just things like it's a settlement. Nothing of significance is written about it. Pellbank Village involved with the excavation that you're seeing of a place called Eiselcross. Okay. The Flotket Alps. You know that there is the Flotket Alps is a mountain range in the north of the Greyland Wilds. The Alps are tall mountains with jagged peaks and spires that come to a dangerous points, all coated in snow and ice year-round, and then densely forested pine trees in the valleys. There's one in particular snow-capped peak that is snow-free named Kravarad. Kravaraad. Kravarad is a craggy black volcano that is in the location of their Cinderous Sanctum, or Burning Large, home to the Underforge. That's all it says. You know that Uthadorn's here, Uthodurn, where dwarves and elves live together. That's more on the eastern side. You guys are heading to the western side where Pellbank Village is. And Uralis as well. And that's the main stuff. You read about the Salvator Wood as a cursed forest. Although recently the curse has been kind of less, you're not sure. You just know that you should avoid that one. Shady Creek Run is a sovereign town outside the Dwindling Empire and outside of the law. It's a very lawless place. You have to go through Shady Creek Run to get through the crystalline sands. The environment doesn't really have much. It's just you read about the environment. 3/4 of the year is under snow. The plains there are pretty much there. It's a strange place. Strange monsters are there. It's never been cultivated. You learn that Pellbank Village is the first one in a while that someone's actually started, but it's on the coast in the very northern reaches. You'll actually have to go through the Crystal Sands Tundra to get to it. and it's so named because the actual tundra that has stuff growing on it looks at certain times of the year with all the snow like crystals, like white crystal sand. During the summer months, it is temperate but not warm. For 2 months in the middle of summer is where the best to go. Usually early fall you can get away with it. Sometimes the northern winds and snow come earlier than expected, sometimes a little bit later. But once the snow starts, it snows off and on, and the temperature drops vastly. During the summer, it's somewhat hospitable. However, there are all kinds of unknown monsters and creatures that have not been cataloged that have been reported, but not confirmed in that region. And that's all you get on the area that you're going to.
But what you just mentioned had a little bit interesting. Like, what do we got to fight on our way there?
Not confirmed. Just this stories of these insane monsters that you don't know if they're full of shit or what they saw or anything like that. So.
Great.
Also, there's been a report of a white dragon somewhere in the mountains that makes a lair.
Oh shit.
Okay, that takes care of the geography.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what was the other one you wanted to know about?
Lost Dwarven Cities.
Lost Dwarven Cities. What did you roll on that one? Remind me.
That was a 20.
20?
History.
You don't find anything about Kegheim. Other than there's been a few, not just Kegheim, but they're finding ruins all over in the north. There's a huge ruin they found in the very north on that island that huge expeditions have been going on. In the west, there's been some ancient settlements that have been starting to be excavated. When it comes to dwarven cities, not much is known. I mean, the dwarves really, they're not known for writing stuff down. They either put it in walls or it's oral tradition. You know, they share the stories of where they come from with Morden and how they came to be and all this other stuff. Any battles or things like that would be in one of the cities of the dwarfs. But there's stories that you see that are written down. Don't really mention Craigheim, other than that you do come across a passage of a lost ancient dwarven city where after the great cataclysms, the dwarfs were befelled by a catastrophe and lost 3/4 of their underground empire and the very north mountains in the Alps that you're actually looking at. That's all you can find with a 20. So somewhere in those Alps, you get a clue that might be where you need to go. And that'll be under the mountains. So you start getting a sneaky suspicion that Critty, you would know this. Hadlin, you would know this too. Critty, you know this through your reading. The Underdark is a shitty place to go visit. That actually gives you great pause because you know from your books what you've read about the nasty stuff that's down there. Hadlin, you've been there and you just know that it's not a place you want to go unless you absolutely have to.
But we might have to.
Okay. And that's all you guys find. It doesn't take you guys long to find that, about 4 hours. So if you guys want to get back to shopping, you guys can go and find your friends and
we'll join up with them at Plumont's.
Yeah. So you see them waiting for you when you get there. You kind of guys all meet up together. You head into
Who do I owe for my extra cozy new sweater?
That would be me. I have it for you. And for
Thank
Hadlin.
you. I'm going to pay him my share.
All right. You guys make your way to the Invulnerable Vagrant, the home of Pumat Soul. You guys walk in and it's past lunch, midday. There's not a lot of people in here. You see one of the Pumats is sitting there. He's like, "Oh, look who it is. It's good to see you. Everybody's here again. Well, aren't you guys just growing up? Look at you, getting stronger all the time. It's good to see everyone again. Well, I'll be damned. I'm assuming things went well in your last adventure?"
We are still alive. That means it went well.
Well, that's a good sign that things went well.
Well, it went interesting to say the least.
And he kind of looks at you, Ashera. Well, Lady Ashera, you sure have changed your appearance and Apparently the deity you worship. He kind of does a little wave of his hand.
That would be the interesting part that I mentioned.
Yes, indeed. And it looks like you got some nice quality stuff there. Just taking a gander there. Sorry if I'm intruding, but that's some nice magical stuff you got there from wherever you got it from.
My God.
Well, divine enchantment's the best because I sure can't beat a god. Can't compete with a deity when they give you stuff. All right. Well, you guys look like you've had some... you got some money in your pocket you want to spend, and this is a perfect time to do it. I got some good stuff, quality stuff in the store. It may not be what you need, but I do have some stuff in the store. So who would like to go first with their request for something?
I will start.
All right, Mr. Balloon, what would you like me to look up for you?
Are you able to enchant armor?
We sure are. If you provide the armor, we can do it. If you don't, I mean, you have to get us the armor. We're not going to purchase the armor. But if you bring us the armor that you want us to enchant, we sure can.
What about this one? And I'll show him the elven armor that I'm wearing.
Oh, sure. We can do that. What are you wanting to put on there? You looking to get it to make you a little healthier, a little bit more protection from swords and spears and things like that?
A little more protection. And if... What was that first one? You can make me healthier with it.
Well, it gives you a little bit more of a pool of health, you know.
No, I will just go with protecting me a little bit more.
All right, then. All right, let me see here what I got for you here. All right, let me take a gander here at the pricing. I got in the book, see what we charge for that. All right, to do a plus one is going to be about 500 to 600 gold. Plus two is going to run you between 1,000 and 2,000. Plus three is about 300 to 4,500 gold.
If I get the plus one now, can I come back later to get the additional one?
All right, well, that gets a little tricky. That's going to cost you a little more. So this is the way enchantment items work. Once you enchant an item, you imbue it with certain magical properties. Once you do it, it's hard to do an additional one. There's a high probability that the magics will cancel out and can ruin the piece of equipment that you have. So when you do enchantment, you do it usually in one go, especially if you're going to do multiple enchantments. Because really what we're doing is doing a plus one right on top of one another, and then that kind of stacks it up. But to try to do it afterwards, I got to be honest, we could do it, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult.
Okay, and how much is the one that gives me more health? How much more healthier will I feel?
I mean, we can add give you 10 more health for 300 to 500 gold.
I think I will do the plus one, but is there any way you can reduce the price a little bit since we are repeat customers?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. 27.
He kind of links it over. You know, you have spent some good quality coin here, and you supported me right through the war. I gotta say, I'll cut 100 gold off the price. You know what? I'll do it for 400 gold.
I will do that.
All right, and then this is the armor you're wearing that you want me to enchant?
Yes, please, and I will take off the elven chain and...
All right, got a little bit of a backlog. It looks through his book. Hey, Puma Prime! He's like, yeah, what do you need? When can we get this elven chain taken care of? 3 days! All righty then, you heard the man, 3 days.
That'll work. Thank you very much.
All right, so come back in 3 days' time and we'll have your armor all ready for you.
Okay.
All righty then. Well, another happy customer. It's what we do here at Pumonts is make you smile as you give us gold. Oh, goodness, I'd kill myself. All right, who's the next lucky contestant to come up and see what we can do for you?
Oh. I guess that'll be me since no one else is talking.
Oh, look at you, moving up in the world.
What do you got to
Well,
first?
there,
Let's
my
go,
fine
friend.
half-orc friend. Yeah, you've kind of moved up the ranks of the Raven Queen, I can see there. Should be
It's a definite change.
Priest Dromzel, I can tell. Congratulations.
Oh, well,
It's a
thank you.
fine weapon you got there too. I'm assuming, with based off what my previous conversations have been, that that's going to be something that's divinely inspired.
Yeah, I actually will hand it out and let him take a look at it.
He kind of looks at it. Oh yeah, this sure is enchanted, all right. He's kind of looking up with like this eyepiece. Yep, that's definitely got some makings of divinity on it. Definitely Raven Queen. All right, that's nice. What can I do for you today there, Mr. Draw?
I was looking to see if you guys possibly had a shield to go with it.
A shield? Well, let me take a gander at what we got here.
Would be awesome if he had a sentinel shield. But I doubt that. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Sentinel shield.
No, I don't have a sentinel shield, unfortunately, but I do have we have a shield +1 that we can sell for you. Those aren't too pricey, actually. Let me take a gander here. You can see him flipping through his book like I'm doing right now. Yeah, that's.
Can I get a price check on aisle 3? Price check.
We have a shield of. We have 2 shields. We have a +1 shield we can give you for 150 gold, or we have a shield of missile attraction. That one's going to be a little bit more pricey. That's going to be 3,000 gold.
What does that one do? Actually, I'll say. So what does the 2,000 gold one do? I've never heard of that one before.
So it's pretty rare. We do have one in stock. So when you're holding a shield, you have resistance to damage from ranged weapon attacks.
Well, that's pretty nice right there. But I think I can afford a +1.
All right. Do you have the shield you want us to do? You're gonna have to get us one, or unless it'll be a little bit more in the price if we have to get the shield for you.
How much extra would that be if
well, it depends on the type of
bought
quality.
One from you guys.
I mean, a normal shield we can do it. That'd be another 10 gold. If you want something a little bit better, it'd be about 20 to 25 more gold, depending on the type of metal you want.
Well, let's see here. I got. What can you do for 250?
Yeah, we could actually do a pretty good one for you for 200. Sorry, I'm losing my voice.
You don't have to do his voice.
I have to do it for the fans.
Yeah. Tomorrow it'll be like all.
I'm probably not going to be able to do D&D tomorrow. My voice is really cracking.
It'll be like one of the COVID commercials where Rangers talking and I'm doing the sign. In the
I know, right?
So
It's gonna sound like Harvey Feinstein tomorrow.
All right, roll initiative, guys.
Dude, I saw him as
he'll sound like
Tevye and
Bane.
Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, great. That's fantastic.
Oh, if I was a rich man.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. All day long I lit it.
Yeah, not a tenor.
I need to watch that movie again. It's been a long time.
It's a good movie. Good play. All right. We can have that ready for you. Well, you know what? I'm just going to say 3 days. I'll make Puma put that ahead of there for you since you're paying 200 gold. It'll be a nice quality shield.
I'll go ahead and pay it up front, and I'll put the nice little stack of 25 platinum right on the counter.
Well, wait, here's 5 platinum back. We don't need all 25. Well, let's see. You only need 20 platinum for this.
Oh, well, that'll work.
So there you go. Keep some.
Always a pleasure doing business with you.
Well,
Pumont.
I appreciate it there. All right.
So and you too, Pumont, and you as well, Pumont.
Oh, it's always great hearing you. I'm busy. He's a little busy back there. He's in enchanting overdrive. The other 2 Pumots are back there doing the same thing. They're a little busy. All right, who's up next?
I mean, Ashira, do you think you would need anything?
Actually, I was going to ask if I have this chain shirt that I bought from you, and Well, obviously, I'm no longer in need of it. I was wondering
Sure.
if I could
Sell it
sell
back?
it back to you.
I'd be
Yeah.
open to negotiation. What did you pay for it initially?
My dear, I believe, was it 200 or I'd have to check. Maybe check with someone else while I
Sure.
dig around.
All right, so we'll do a exchange for gold. Now it's going to be less than what you paid for because one, you've been wearing it, and two, it's just we have to make a profit back on it. So it'll be like 20 or 30 gold less once you figure out the price, something around those range. Just being upfront with you.
Okay.
All right. All right. So she's figuring that out. Who do we got up next there?
I'll take a look at what you've got.
All right. Can you narrow it down for me? You got a lot of new stuff in the store.
No, I don't blame you. You guys are always very good with it.
Well, you got good customers like yourself that helps keep us motivated.
Oh, thank you. I'm looking for something to let me maybe do a little bit more with that bow that I got from you. I've heard of bracers of archery.
Bracers? All right, let me just take a gander here, see if we have anything in stock. Hold on a second.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
All right, bracers, you said. All right. Yeah, we do have our bracers of archery. They're +1 though. They're not a +2. You can get those for 125 gold.
Oh, done.
All right. He goes back and gets them for you, brings them back to you, and then all right, that'll be 125 gold there. Good, good, Mr. Halfling, sir.
Absolutely, and I figure seems like my lucky day. Only other two things I'd be looking at: a cloak of the bat.
I'm pretty sure we don't have that, but I'll check the inventory. Let me look here real quick.
All right.
Is it Cloak of the Bat?
Yep.
Yeah, we don't have one of those.
Okay, I kind of figured it's a bit of a rare item.
It's a tough one to make, let alone find the ingredients to make it, and let alone getting our hands on one.
Oh, yeah. And a rod of alertness.
A rod of alertness, you said. All right, let me look at it. Well, I haven't heard that name in a long time. That's a uncommon requested item, but it's a pretty valuable item.
I did a line of alertness once. Whew, never again.
I can see you guys didn't keep Mr. Togar there off the old drugs.
Once he starts, it is very difficult to stop him.
Well, you're going to have an interjection or something to stop him from doing those things.
It is more fun just to watch.
That's a good point there, Mr. Priest Balloon.
Togar, it hurts me on the inside when you do drugs like that.
Oh, you guys
It also hurts him on the inside when he does drugs.
Oh yeah, those are almost impossible to get your hands on. For us to even do something like that would be, I mean, you're looking at 20,000 gold for something like that easily.
Wait.
Yeah, those are pretty powerful items.
The rod of alertness or the other two?
They both are pretty pricey. We don't have either, and I'm just telling you, the rod of alertness, if we were to construct it, I mean, the components alone would be 5,000, and just the time and effort it would take to create something like that.
Oh,
I'm probably looking 15,000, 20,000.
Yeah, right around there. Yeah, that's
more than fair.
Yeah.
I guess while I'm at it, I might as well just ask a ring of invisibility.
Yeah, it's a pretty pricey item too there. Boy, you really know your items.
Well, if you're gonna shop for goods.
I agree. All right, let me just take a gander here for the inventory here. Ring of invisibility, you said. All right, let me look here. Oh yeah, no way in hell. That's a ring that costs you do have good taste there, Sir Halfling. You know what one of those runs on the low end?
30,000, 40,000, I think.
Nah, more like 60,000.
Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. All right. Yeah, I'll start saving up then. Whew. Uh, well, ooh.
You know your stuff there, Mr. Tea Leaf.
Try, how about, like, just a couple of potions of healing, maybe?
Potions of healing. Let me see what we got in the back here. We do have a couple of common potions of healing. Those are going to run you, well, 50 gold a pop.
I'll take 4.
All right, that'll be 200 additional gold, and we've got actually good stock of those. I have a few of the greater healings, but I don't know if that's going to be in your price range.
Ooh, how much are they? Just out of curiosity.
Greater healing's going to run you, those are going to run 300 a pop.
Ooh, no, I'll go with the lesser ones.
All right, four. You can put some in a little box for you. There you go, Mr. Tea Leaf.
Thank you very much.
4 potions of healing for 200 gold, and you got those nice bracers. I think you're doing pretty well today there, my friend.
Absolutely, my friend. Thank you very much.
No, thank you, Mr. Tea Leaf. All right. 3 down, 1 with an exchange, and a few more to go. All right, who's up next?
Togar's going to break out his DOS loot and place it on the counter.
I remember making this thing with Puma Prime. How's it working for you?
Loving it so far. Just wondering if it could get maybe tuned up with a couple extra spells inside of it.
No, I'm afraid not. I mean, as I said, you run a risk of ruining the item. Once we do an attunement and put what we're going to put in there, it's really hard to do that. I mean, we could risk it, but then I don't think you can afford. Depends on the spell you want to put on there. What spells were you thinking? And what level?
I was thinking the protection from evil and good. 1st level spell.
Yeah. He's looking over. He's doing some calculations. That one's a easier one to do, but it's still not easy. There's a good 25-30% chance that ruins the item.
I think I love my loot too much to ruin it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe when you get a little bit more coin, maybe we can talk about creating one from scratch and get you a nice, a really nice one that you can be more proud of and have the spells you want in it.
That would be a fine idea, Puma. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. All right.
How about getting a little enchantment on my studded leather, similar to my sorcerer friend?
Sure. That one's going to be a little cheaper since it's studded leather. That'll be 150 gold, I'm sorry, for the studded leather.
Can we do that for the extra 10 HP?
That one's going to be a little bit less. That'll be 100 gold for the HP. AC's a little bit harder to do than just giving you a little bit of a pool of health to keep you up and steady in the fight.
So 100 for +1 AC, 150 plus 10 HP.
If you want both of them, that'll be 250 gold plus. That's going to be a little bit harder of an item to do with a double enchantment, so it'd probably be about 275 gold to do that.
I was thinking we could do a deal if we're doing the 2 of them. How about we'll just stick to the 200 for both of those.
Roll wow, you underball big time. Roll persuasion check with disadvantage.
Bad, 27, damn.
All right, I'll make you a deal. I'll waive the fee for time and components and do 250.
250 sounds like an amazing deal, Mr. Puma.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
Is it the armor you're wearing right now there?
Yep, I'll take it off.
All right, you're just in normal clothes.
I have leather armor I'll put on.
All right, put your leather armor on. Okay.
Got it.
Pumad, are you also able to add the HP on mine as well at the same time?
I think we can. You're going to have to be charged 125 gold total for the 100 for the HP, and then another 25 for components and time.
I'm okay with that.
All right, then hand over the gold, and I'll mark it down, and you can get both.
Done.
All right. Back to you, Lady Ashir, before we get to our dwarven friend. Did you figure out what you paid initially for that That fine chainmail we got you?
Yes, it was in January. So it was 300.
All right, with wear and tear. It's not been that long.
It was January.
Yeah, but you did wear it, and you got to take that into
I
account.
did wear it. That was not the point I was trying to make.
No. Well, I'm sure it looked lovely in combat with you. And then we'd have to mark up. I'd give you 260 gold for it.
Okay.
All right, done. Just hand that over, and then he hands you 260 gold. So seen a little action, but nothing. A little bit of tender TL, little bit of love here can fix and make it shiny anew again. We'll get that back up on the books. All right. Anybody else looking for some magical items?
Well, that reminded me while we were here, I forgot to ask you. You don't by chance have maybe some +1 scale mail or something like that?
No, we don't have it in stock, but we can do it for you. But the scale mail is going to be a little bit more pricey. Armor, the heavier it gets, the more cost goes up.
Okay. What prices are we talking?
About +1 on scale mail is going to run you about $750 for a +1.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll keep that in mind for the future.
It's a little bit more, the more metal there is, it's a little bit longer of a process to get it enchanted. Just the way alchemy and enchanting works. All right. Anything for you, good dwarf?
I think you just answered my question. I think I'm good.
All right. Well, you look like
you're going to be busy taking care of my friends. I'm glad.
Yeah, with a lot of good business, trades, and all kinds of stuff. I mean, you guys are you're doing quite well. It's good to see you guys being successful in your adventuring days. With the war over, it's a little bit of peacetime, so things are kind of going back to normal here in the Empire.
Just to have an idea, Puma, do you have wands and staves here?
We have a few. What are you looking for?
I'm just curious what you have, so I know what I can save up for.
I'm just. You're gonna have to tell me what you're looking for.
How many? Like, does he have that many wands and staves?
Yeah,
around?
he actually does.
Oh.
Yeah, that's like his specialty.
I know, but he was out for the war, so I didn't know how much he was able to restock. Hold on.
It's been a while. He's restocked. He's starting to get his stuff back.
I have to find all the list. 1 second.
Hadwin will buy 2 of the minor healing potions, like.
Okay, 100 gold.
Yeah, 100 gold. So I'll spend 100 gold.
Okay.
Where is that magical item list?
Well, he's looking for that.
Yeah, they're young Grady.
Like out of the game real quick.
Yeah.
If I had a spell that I like, if I bought a spell scroll for a spell I don't currently have, it's like a one-use kind of thing.
Do you want like to create a scroll yourself?
No, I would see if Pumot had any scrolls
Sure.
for the spell that I wanted to use.
What spell are you looking for?
That's a good idea.
Like I wanted to, well, the reading comprehension spell that somehow I don't have anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you're a wizard, scrolls are single use.
Yeah, that I was.
Wizards
I was
are
trying to
really
make
cool
sure
because they
I
can
was
actually learn them.
understanding that process correctly. Okay, in game. Hey, Mr. Pumot guy.
Yes.
Do you have any spell scrolls that I could maybe look at?
What
I
level?
really like spells, and I like to.
Well, I kind of figured that's what you liked. What kind of level spell and stuff are you looking for there, young lady?
Where is it? I'm trying to see it again. Where's the thing with the reading? Comprehend languages. Is this one?
Yeah, what level?
Spoken languages. Touching a surface written. Okay. It's a first level spell. It's called
yeah. Yeah, we've got we can create one of those for Here, I think we might have one. He goes looking in the bag. He comes back.
Ooh,
We do have one.
I would like that, please. How much would it be?
That would be 150 gold.
Oh. 150 gold.
I'll cover half of it, Chris.
I'm very charismatic, but I also feel really bad because my friends have been haggling you, and you're just such a nice Mr. Puma.
Well, I know. You know what? I'll give it to you for 100. How about that, young lady? Since you have nice manners.
Thank you.
It's our level 1 spell. Puma prom ain't gonna mind. It's been sitting there for a
Thank you,
while.
Mr. Puma.
Of course. 100 gold and it's yours.
Done.
All right, done. Mark it off your sheet.
Bow scroll level 1.
Yep. Scrolls can get pricier too, just as you know, Christy, out of character. The higher the spell, because you actually have to imbue special paper, special ink. It's magical.
I assumed that would be the case.
And then the components that go into it's instead of having to a scroll. What it allows you to do is instead of having to use somatic or anything like that, you can just read the scroll. You don't have to have any of the components, and it does what it does automatically. Some just you open the damn thing opens and it does what it does.
Reminds me, hey Finn, what did we do with that ring of obscuring that we got? Did we
I
sell
have it.
that?
Christy has.
Oh, okay.
It's right here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a nice little ring you got there, little Critty.
Thank you. It's foggy.
Yes, I can tell. All right, anybody else with any requests?
So
he's grabbing all the gears.
wands that I was looking for.
Oh yeah, the Mr. I need wands. That's I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me look here. Let's see, wands. Okie dokie. We have some. All right, what are you looking for?
So the ones I would be interested in are the wand of fireballs, the wand of polymorph, wand of the war mage.
Hold on, one at a time.
Okay.
Okay, we do have a wand of the fireballs. Let me see how much that's going to run. So that's a pricey item. That's 3,000 gold.
Okay.
Okay.
Wand of polymorph.
Wand of polymorph. Really, that's more expensive than the fireball? Yeah, that's going to be way more
polymorph
pricier.
is an extremely powerful spell, dude.
I know, but it's a lower... I guess it's nothing in this world. I'm thinking different game. Yeah, that's...
congratulations, you're a sheep.
That's about 10,000 right there for that wand.
Okay, and then a wand of the war mage.
He kind of chuckles. So you want one of those, do you?
Even if it's just a simple one.
Huh. Well, I might be in luck there with you, buddy. I do happen to have one of those. 300 gold for a +2.
I will look to have them.
I'll cover half of that.
But first, he must promise not to touch anything.
Yeah.
I already know not to.
And you're gonna have to do extra strikes with your sword.
I'm okay with that. I may need to borrow a little more.
Oh, wait a
That's
second.
okay, Hadlin.
Wait,
I will
no,
pay you back.
that's a +1. The +2 is rare. Let me look.
How much more do you think you need to borrow?
Yeah, it'd be 300 for the +1. The rare one, the +2 would be 800. The +3 would be 3,200. Goes up in price tremendously. He has one of each.
I only have 40 on me now.
He needs 260 more.
We do have 900 in the community. We do have 900 in the community pot. I can pay it back with my shares moving forward, if that's okay.
I can easily part with 300 gold, I think.
I
With
can give you
interest.
200 if you need.
All right, as long as someone gives me the money, we can make the deal. Said Ranger as his voice cracked.
I'm fine with him taking from the community pot as well. It seems like a good expenditure because I don't know for sure, but I think other people could even use that item as well. So it would be.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be attuned. I don't think it has to be attuned, but yeah.
What item is it again?
It
Wand
would
of
be
the War Mage?
Yeah,
like the
it's just gives you a
bards
+1
could
on your
use it.
spell casting.
Yeah,
The bards could use it. Yeah, so it'd be really
that's
useful.
nice.
It'd be really useful.
I have some extra money I could lend you.
Well, you're a generous bunch.
Well, if it is something that everyone can use, then we can do it through the community pot. And then
right.
I can pay it back. Otherwise, we can just leave it from the community pot and we can share it as need be.
How much have we got in the community pot?
925.
And you need
I
how
feel
much?
like we could get 3 of
It's
those
800
ones.
for the +2.
Oh yeah, just buy it.
Get the +2. I agree.
Okay, Pumad, we will do that then.
That's okay. You'll just have to pay it back with your soul in the future.
Now remember,
The Raven Queen owns my soul. You know that.
now Finn, you have to when you use this, you have to actually use it in combat. You have to point.
Oh, I know. I have to hold it and then cast through it. Yep.
Right. You can't use you can't have like your sword out and then you have to
Oh, I know. I barely have my sword out. So yeah, that's
You're
fine.
not ambidextrous.
I know. That's fine.
Okay, so all
I'll
right.
take 800 out of the.
You hear that, ladies? He barely has his sword out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nope, it only comes out on special occasions.
That's what Karma says. All right.
I did have one last question for Pumont.
All right, what you got there for me?
You said you have a lot of new stock in. You don't by chance have any magical belts in stock?
Oh, we do, but
around,
I'm getting a feeling you guys aren't going to be able to afford that.
Yeah, but it would be nice to know what I need to shoot for in the future.
I've got a belt of dwarven strength, and yeah, you're not going to... I get a sense you're not going to be able to afford that.
What's the price range? We're looking at that one.
Oh, about 60, 70,000.
Okay. I'll come back when I'm rich.
Well, hell, you might buy me out. Everything can be yours. Kind of chuckles at that.
Oh, you know, gotta dream sometime, you know.
I mean, I wish you find it in your journeys, but those are very, very, very rare. The belts are really hard to get your hands on. All right, is there anything else, questions or anything like that you guys would like to ask before departing the good Pumont Soul residence?
I'm glad we stopped by, Pumont.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I'm really proud of you guys. You're doing quite well out there. I can tell you've grown a little bit and seen some things. I'm glad to see that you guys made it back through all your trials, and I wish you the best of luck so you can come back and buy more stuff from me. All right. Well, we got all this stuff. See you in 3 days. We'll have it all done, and then you guys can come grab your items when all is said and done. 3 days.
Thank you very much, Puma.
Afternoon on the third day.
Like a plan.
Yep. All right. He grabs a big bundle of stuff in a box and starts taking the bag. All right, Puma Prime, we got some work to do there. Hey, Puma 3, you get over here. As you guys walk out the door. All right. So you guys have done your shopping. You guys have gotten your items. You say goodbye to Pumots. You guys go back to the temple where you have a nice...
I train with... I go to Hadlin.
All
Hadlin,
right.
I think we should... I do owe some training now with the longsword.
Yep, we sure do.
All right.
Yep.
How do you
And
want
I think you can use a target as well. So
you're going to have to go outside the temple grounds for this. There is
that's
a
fine.
training area outside the grounds, so you guys can go out there and
that's fine.
And do it. You don't have any targets or anything. I mean, this is
well,
more of a priestly.
he will right now. I cast spiritual weapon.
All right. There you go. You can cast a spiritual weapon in front of you as a target there, Balloon.
Can I actually attack it?
Yeah, it's got mass.
I didn't
You
never
won't
know
take
you
any
could attack.
damage, but you
Yeah.
can attack it.
Yeah.
Interesting. I did not know that. Okay.
All right. It doesn't have any hit points, so you're not going to do any damage to it. I mean, you can dispel it. That's because it's a magical thing, but it has it. I mean, that's why you can do damage with it.
And
It's like a weapon.
what
but
Drum's going to
spiritual.
do is he's going to make it act like he was wielding it, blocking, showing him,
All right.
where he needs to swing and stuff like
And I'll keep looking at Hadlin. What should I do to do it this way and this way? And then keep getting pointed.
Well,
from
say
Hadlin.
you're doing that. They tell you guys the basics of swordsmanship. You've gotten your strength up. We've passed that trial. Good Lord knows you've carried that rock long enough. You actually, I think you buried the rock or actually you blew it up. So
It should still be in my backpack.
no, you would not have been.
Am
I
blowing it up?
I would have definitely done some different things. If
He
that
carries
thing
it
was-
around with him and he
Yeah,
calls it George.
yeah. Let's be
Okay.
real. A giant boulder, a rock, no. But your training is complete on the strength part. You're able to actually your sword feels good in your hand. It's balanced, and with your training that you've done recently, it seems to be going well. So it's not as cumbersome as when you first try to use even a practice sword. So you draw your sword, you're facing the spiritual weapon. Make an athletics check for me.
Athletics. 15.
Yeah, I mean, the first day, you practice just simple thrusts and parries and overhead strikes religiously for about an hour. You guys are out there giving him the basics, checking his stance, making sure his feet in the right position, practicing drawing the sword over his head, down, make the parry, and then stab. So it's always sword drawn, down, parry, sword back in the scabbard. You do this for an hour. I mean, you are covered in sweat, but you have one success, Balin. You need 9 more before you can use this weapon to its full effect.
Yay! Okay. I don't have proficiency yet with it, right?
You will if you get to the 9. Now, the way this is going to work, Finn, is
Okay.
if you roll a natural 20, you get 2 pluses. If you roll a natural 1,
Okay.
you act. If you roll 5 or less, you lose 1. 6 to 14 or 6 to 13 is like you didn't get better, but you didn't get worse. 14 or to 19 as you get a +1. 20 is 2. If you roll a natural 1, you lose 2. 2 to 4 will also be you lose 1. So you have to get to 10.
Can I get like
you cannot do
can I
any
get like a
bonuses.
teacher's intercession on 1?
No. This is something he must overcome. When you think about it, I mean, people train for a long time to become proficient with swords, so can't make the journey.
If you don't
easy.
fight to the fullest of your abilities, I'll give you a good scar to go with it.
That's true.
Out of curiosity, would a sparring match do anything for him?
Not right now. No, he's just doing the basics. I mean, it's not really going. Not until he gets past this point, he can probably get a little bit more proficient. Maybe do some stuff if he can do some sparring with you guys, but he's not even nowhere near that level. Think Zorro in the training circle where Antonio Banderas comes in and starts swinging the sword around and goes, "Ha ha!" and he just knocks the sword out. That's where Balin is right now.
All right.
Or more like a ha-ha!
Yeah, he just knocks it right out of
Sword
his
go.
hand. All right. All right. So anything else you guys want to do before you guys eat a meal and get some rest for the day? It's going to be a little bit longer to get on your journey because you have to wait 3 days for all the stuff you turned into Pumots. So you'll have to wait 3 days.
I will have long days of training.
I am going to try meditating on what went on in the trials and stuff.
Sure.
Like, you know,
Well, we'll save that for
try
next.
to get.
So I'll
more-
put it to you
yeah,
this way: we're gonna
that's
end
for
the
future.
session here because my voice is really starting to go. But now, just as a reminder,
I do have one other thing.
Okay, quickly, Finn. I just said my voice is going.
Sorry,
It feels
I
like one more
wanted
thing.
to. I know. No. I just wanted to see if I could find herbs in order to make more potions too. Around Zadash.
Make a survival check.
Survival.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to like buy them if they were in a store.
You still have to find the
Survival for that?
stores and find the ones that you want to. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I have for you to try to find stuff.
Natural 20.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah, you find it. That takes care of that.
Yay!
Nice.
You got enough.
I like the last roll of
Nice.
natural.
It's not a
20.
lot of stuff because they're kind of stingy with that, but you are able to find enough to make 2.
2? Okay. Got it.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No,
Going
that's it for
once, going twice. Sold. All right. With that, we are going to wrap this one up. One, because I've been streaming all day. My voice is going. I'm not feeling good. And so now, just as a reminder, before I start getting really all crackly in my voice, next weekend, no D&D. It's Memorial Day weekend. People are going to be out of town. There's going to be too many people gone. No D&D tomorrow looking like because I'm really not. My voice is really killing me right now. It's not a good sign. But then again, streaming for 10 hours will kind of have that effect. But no D&D next weekend. It's Memorial Day, period. And then the weekend after that, we've got Ladies' Night. So hopefully we'll have the lovely Critty and Shira, aka Gara, and Christy hanging out with us again. It's a fun night where we just kind of celebrate at the beginning of each month. We celebrate all the women in gaming and say thank you for being there, just doing what you do. I don't think women get enough appreciation for, being the awesome gamers that they are. So, but you can see them everywhere. I mean, we have lots of great women that stream. Heroes to support them. It's there's this kind of misconception about that nonsense, and hopefully by me doing this fun and having fun with these awesome ladies and getting their name out there, people will appreciate them more because they deserve to be appreciated. With that, though, we are going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. If you do, feel free to follow, sub, always appreciated. And we'll be back in 3 weeks' time, and we will get another 3 to 4 sessions back to back to back to back. We're going to get into another adventure as our band of adventurers, who haven't really named themselves, by the way. There's just, I just keep calling them the group of adventurers.
We haven't had a need to.
Yeah, the group of guys.
They're the mighty Togar.
I'm just gonna say I have a good feeling that the group is not going to vote for that.
Togar and the Togarettes?
Togar and the Togarettes. You want to go into battle as the enemies fall over laughing.
You sure that bounty still isn't there, Ranger?
No, it disappeared. You had your chance.
Huskin Togars.
Togar and the Pussycats.
Yeah. Yeah, actually 3 weeks. I was going to try to do one next Memorial Day week, but it's Memorial Day weekend. There's nobody's going to be here, and then we're doing Ladies' Night, so we hurt you on the inside. Feeling box. All right, so big shout out to the players. Big shout out to everybody on the stream. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to go pass out and just die. But I really appreciate you guys being here. We love you guys. Thanks for following us. Thanks for all your support that you guys offer. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great weekend. We'll be back Monday. I believe I might have to do GAC tomorrow. I don't know. I'll let you know if I have to get that in, but that's going to be a short 30-minute stream at the most, no more than an hour, where I just basically sit there and do my GAC. But we'll get that knocked out. If not, we'll do it Monday during the lunch stream. So everyone be safe. Love you, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.